Honk.
Ah, the power of the honk, as always, compels you. What's going on, number one? Welcome, Evernuts. Welcome, everybody, to a Tuesday stream. This time, not cycling, but actually regular stream that we're doing here as it is 12:30 p.m. Eastern. I hope everyone is doing well. And welcome, everybody, to some D&D with viewers. It's day 4 of D&D with viewers, Legacy of the Green Flame. The sort of listing of the parts is a little bit weird. I have to take a look at that again. I think basically what it is this is day 4 of us doing Legacy of the Green Flame. It is part 1 of what is called Beyond the Black Wall, which is the second part of Legacy of the Green Flame. So I hope that everyone got that. It's all totally logical here. But anyway, so that's the deal with that. But I am excited to play it a little bit. Today, we were going to be doing some Fighting Fantasy Gamebook stream today. We can't do that because Tari is at work on a secret project about which I cannot speak more, except to say that it may have something to do with stuff you've heard talked about on this channel before, but I cannot go into any details beyond that. But there's a good reason that we're not able to have Tari doing this at the moment. So instead, I'm going to do some D&D with viewers. This is rescheduled from I think it was on Saturday, a week ago this past Saturday, that I rescheduled D&D with viewers because I was doing some blueprints. Blueprints is just about completed. I'll talk about that in just a second. So we're going to do some D&D with viewers, which we try to do every other month, playing some Legacy of the Green Flame as we continue to move along through this interesting adventure, hopefully with a map that does not that corresponds properly to the entries this time around. Before we go any further, just a couple of reminders about ways to support the channel. If you have not done so already, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube, and I would love it if you could also subscribe to us over there. It's free for you to do that, but it really helps us out, and we are at a all-time high of new subscribers, so every new subscriber is a new record, so please do that. That would be lovely. Discord is !ArvCord. You can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. Twitter, !ArvTweets. Blue Sky, !ArvSky. Website, arvanelleron.com. Financially, and also Gen GMs, don't forget about that. Gen GMs for details about that. Our GM and DM tip show that I do with one Mr. Zach Clay. Arv Treon is the Patreon. Subbing to the channel is always appreciated as well. You get those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. So that is awesome. And you can get inspirations to help our players, our tabletop players, for much of the rest of the month. We have some other D&D sessions going on, including technically Greyshade, I guess, technically is going to be August 1st, but I'll probably kind of fold that in just because a variety of reasons it'll be easier. So anyway, inspirations to help our players would be lovely if you could jump on board with that. Let's see. Carry the one. Oh, yes. On the publishing front, Icarus, my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Library, that's my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And Greyshade, that's my Greyshade IP. Greyshade, Renegade, and Heretic, the audiobooks. First of all, the Grey Assassin Trilogy, the regular print books from Athos Arts. You can pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade called Greyshade, coming out from Alligator Alley. That will be releasing in about 2.5 weeks, designed by our very own Brandon O'Brien, coming out from Alligator Alley. So I'm very excited about that, and you can pre-order at that link. And you can also get the audiobook of Greyshade from our very own Trent Sparks, and pre-order, I shouldn't say pre-order, but be ready to get the next 2 and final 2 of the series audiobooks, Renegade and Heretic, which will also be narrated by Trent Sparks, that will be coming out in the fall. And as always, BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we'll do so for others in that situation in the future. As a quick scheduling note, we'll be playing this until about 3:15 p.m. Eastern. Then I will be heading over to Pen and Pixels, GOG.com Pen and Pixels, for what I believe will be the end of at least the Africa portion of the campaign, or at least it should be moving in towards the end of the Africa portion of the campaign. I know we're past halfway. I don't know if we're 2/3 the way through or only halfway through. I'm not sure of Expeditions Rome, but I'm loving that game, and we're moving on to the at least well into, I think we're starting to make the turn towards the home stretch of the game, but we'll see. That's over at GOG.com with Pen and Pixels. That'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be back here for the Our Vocalists, as we will be doing our stream of Citizen Sleeper 2. We will have a special guest tonight, and I'm looking forward to that when that happens. So definitely stop by and check that out this evening for the channel. And in fact, let me just make a quick note for myself. I have to do that. Let's see. There's this. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, good. Wanted to make a quick note to myself so I didn't forget to do something noting about that. Okay, and that is the deal with that. And now I'm going to remove that, and then I'm going to turn on that. There we go. Hi, everybody. Good to see you all. Thanks for those of you who joined me this morning for my little impromptu bonus test stream. I had a chance to look a little bit at the video, and what I have concluded is I got to figure out a way to stabilize the phone better, because like when I'm riding with it, the phone is not moving around in terms of like it's not going to shake out of the holder or anything like that. But when I was watching the video, it's like, and I was like, I thought that it would have enough image stabilization that it wouldn't matter, but it's pretty shaky when I'm actually moving, which is not super helpful. So I have to figure out how to stabilize it. The other thing is that the sound, especially when we've got any wind coming, when I'm going downhill or when I'm on a flat surface going straight, there's a lot of so that's kind of an issue. So I have to think about how to address that. But it is, the signal basically was very consistent, except for when I accidentally pressed the power button on the phone, which was my fault. But otherwise, the signal is very consistent. So I think it's workable. Like I think that we can do it and it'd be fun to do it, but I've got to figure out how to stabilize it better, which is why I labeled it a test stream, which always means we're going to have fewer people show up on purpose, because I did not want to have like tons and tons of people showing up and being like, what the hell is this? But I liked it. I liked it in principle, and I just need to figure out a couple of ways to maybe stabilize it and make it a little bit more stream worthy. But otherwise, I think it's a cool possibility to sort of mix things up once in a while on the streaming side. But otherwise, I am excited tonight for some D&D with viewers and more Legacy of the Green Flame, and I will bring us over there so we can talk a little bit about what happens with that. There we are. I am over here. So a couple of notes, by the way, about this for those of you who have not played this with us before. And I think actually I'm going to move one thing. I'm going to move this up here. There we go. That's the black wall. And then the map is down below, and we have to may shift this around as time goes on. So for those of you who don't know exactly what this is, so the D&D with viewers thing we sometimes do is an actual module, like an actual D&D thing. But there are other times where we do it, and it is doing this, which is almost like a kind of an extended game book, I would say. And I've seen, by the way, there's been a lot of emphasis over the last 3 to 5 years, but I would say especially in the last 2 years, tons and tons and tons of stuff on solo games. And I actually have been really enjoying looking at that. I actually backed on Kickstarter a solo Tomb Raider game. I backed a fighting fantasy like Warlock of Firetop Mountain, 2 versions of this that are basically sort of like cooperative dungeon crawler type things that you can also play solo, both because I think it'd be interesting for stream and also because I just think it'd be interesting for me. I'd like to see it. So there's a few of those, and I can't wait to start seeing them actually come in so I can see what they look like. The Tomb Raider one is very big budget, huge company. I don't remember who, but big company that's doing it. The other ones are sort of small indie ones, and I backed 2 of them, I think, on GameFound, which is like the third, by far the third, a distant third crowdfunding place for games in particular. But Tomb Raider was on Kickstarter. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what those look like. But anyway, I bring all that up to say that things like this are actually, I think, slightly ahead of the curve. And that's very cool. I've enjoyed looking at it and enjoyed playing it. I do hope, as I keep saying, and I don't mean to keep harping on it, but it looks very nice. Like it's got a very professional kind of outer feel. The QA inside the book needs some work. So I'm hoping that as we go along, the QA will be a little bit better as we go through. But otherwise, I'm excited to get this playing. And actually, I should fire up a little bit of our soundtrack here, which was this, I believe. There we go. And I got that sound going on. Okay. So, if you look down below, you will see our character here, Umbero. Umbero who is unbearable. That's our show. No, I'm just kidding. So, Umbero is a half-orc sorcerer. He has the background of an acolyte. I think we've used the 2024 rules with this, if I'm not mistaken. He has the personality trait that he works hard so he can play hard when the work is done, that bettering yourself is essential in life. Our relic is, I believe, a holy symbol, if I'm not mistaken. Our relic was given to us by a stranger at the lowest point in our life, and we draw strength from it. If there's a plan, we forget it, and if we don't forget it, we'll ignore it. So basically, sometimes we have a plan, and then we kind of don't stick to the plan, chums. So, you know, we got to do some work. You know what I'm saying? We got to do some things. And currently we are sitting at 15 out of 20 hit points. This is because we fell off of a tree. Happens. And we also have some spells. We have got here, our adventuring sort of background is that we never fit in at home. We were looking for a place or party to belong to, and because of our unconventional parentage, we were left in a monastery. As I believe Triffid worded it this way, he never went without, but he never felt he had his own. Very nice. What caused us to become an acolyte? Realized that was the path to gain respect from common folks. We serve El Mater, and our temple monastery was in a mountain valley. Being a half-orc means confusion, because we left much of our identity in the monastery, feel adrift since leaving, and don't even know what being a half-orc really means. So there's that question of paying attention to identity. We do have some stuff that we've gotten. We have gotten an oblong green plate, 2 rubies, 125, 150 gold. We've gotten 3 50 gold piece gems and a silver necklace worth 100 gold. I'm hoping at some point after this that we can actually sell all of this stuff so that we can actually buy stuff. That would be nice. That would be cool. But in terms of spells, we have got for cantrips, Dancing Lights, Firebolt, Ray of Frost, and Shocking Grasp. For our spell levels, we have 4 slots total. We've expended 0 so far. Detect Magic, Disguise Self, Expeditious Retreat, Magic Missile, and Sleep. And we have a level 2, check us out, spell of Misty Step. We have 2 slots for that. And as we jump up here, we are sitting currently at level 3 as a sorcerer. So that's who we are. And I think that's all we basically need to know before we explain what happened here. So in the first portion of this adventure, which took a couple of sessions to get through, first of all, we had the prequel where we basically wandered through to get to this inn. Then we were knocked out by bandits. We woke up in this inn, went to go find the bandits, and instead found some very weird stuff. We found this strange green mist that was deeply acidic and that would basically kill us if we went through it. We did find eventually some bandits, but we also found a grave which was reflective of the green flame. And when we went towards this grave, we discovered the powerful spirit of a green dragon who explained to us that there was this emerald. To be exact, it said, as we were talking about this, that there was that the green dragons go to die at this grave of the green flame. And there's a history of each of the clans that was there. And also, there was, an emerald of unparalleled value and power. And because we helped the green dragon, he gave us the details about finding it. However, the only clue that he had was that we needed to look, quote, the city beyond the Black Wall. And after we found a sage who explained where this city was that was beyond the Black Wall, we used up a lot of our gold and did all this stuff. We ended up finding the Black Wall and the city that lies behind it. When we were climbing up into it, though, we were being chased by some goblins. We moved quickly to get over the wall, probably too quickly because we ended up falling, and landing on the ground in Area 7, which is where you see us right here. Here is Area 7, right here. The line 7 must be drawn here. So that's where it is. Okay, so that is where we are, and I'm excited for us to get rolling here. So please spread the word, let people know that we are on and rolling, and let's get moving along here as we get into Area 7. And I have really one question: is there any hype? Have we any hype? Obviously, we're starting this early on, and this is a switch, so I'm expecting fewer people early on as we play. But are we ready for some hype? We are ready for some hype. Hi, Prince Justin. I mean, sorry, which I know you're not here. And Craigery. What's going on, Craigery? Good to see you. Always a pleasure. All right, I think some hype and also 4 Fifis is a positive thing. Good to see everybody here. So let's get rolling. So we landed in Area 7, and the area is described this way. The path snakes its way through the rubble and scrub brush. All the structures, which were presumably shops and homes, are now nothing more than piles of rubble and debris. Occasionally a squirrel or rabbit darts across the path, and birds flit about and chirp to break the eerie silence of the once large city. You carefully, and by that I mean we, carefully make our way forward, and as the path begins to straighten, we see a small clearing ahead. It is an intersection of paths. A flat circular stone rests in the middle of the clearing, and a handful of nuts and berries lie on the stone. And thus it is that we have our first, let me put this up here. This is our first choice that we have of the day. What should we do? Our first vote. Should we, approach and investigate the stone? Question mark. Should we take up a position to observe the clearing for a while? Question mark. Should we follow the path to the south? Let me just double check though. We may not do the south one because I think that's where we came from. Okay, we're not going to do that, and also, again, that does not correspond to what it says in the book, because there is nothing in the book. Again, quality assurance. Follow the path to the west. Okay, so approach and investigate the stone, take up a position to observe the clearing for a while, follow the path to the north, that would be leading us up here, or follow the path to the west, which would be leading us over here. All right, and I'm going to open that now. So you folks know how to do this, but if you've not been here before, $ vote space 1 means you'll vote for approach and investigate the stone. $ vote space 2, that means take up a position to observe the clearing for a while. $ vote space 3 means follow the path to the north, and $ vote space 4 means follow the path to the west. What should we do? Please get your votes in now, everybody. And as time goes on, we will get more people voting. Oh, I need to get the player's handbook. Hold on. Keep on voting whilst I get the book. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Alrighty. So we have 1 vote for approach and investigate the stone, 1 vote for taking up the position to observe the clearing for a while. Again, at the beginning of one of these sessions, especially when it was sort of impromptu, there's going to be some tiebreakers. I was just going to say, like, this is, I'm not at all surprised because this was sort of within, made this decision about 15, 20 minutes before start time. So we ended up having to reschedule fairly late in the game, and also early on, especially on a Tuesday afternoon, it'll take a bit for people to come in. So I am not at all surprised. However, if we have other people that are sitting in chat that are lurking, of course, I always love the lurkers, but would love to have you participate, and I promise we won't bother you. Just $ vote space for the number you want, 1 is approach and investigate the stone. 2 is for take up a position to observe the clearing for a while. 3 is follow the path to the north. 4 is follow the path to the west. If I have to, I will roll a die to break the tie, but I would rather not do that. I try to have people vote if I possibly can. So get your votes in while you can do so. Please, please, please get your votes in. So $ vote space 1, approach and investigate. 2, take up a position to observe the clearing. 3, follow the path to the north. And 4, follow the path to the west. To the western skies. And I'm also going to last call this too. So the next vote is probably going to win this. Next vote's probably going to win this. What do we got? Can we get another vote in there? Can we get another vote? Perhaps. Do I have to roll a die on this one? I'll have to do a tiebreaker until we get more people in. All right. Let's see. So we will roll. Oh, okay. Thanks, Prince Justin. It's okay. I would have broken the tie if need be. I would have broken the tie, but thank you for the change vote. Okay. So we're going to close it, and we are going to take up a position to observe the clearing. Oh, no, 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 no. It's not no. See, I didn't want it to seem like that. No. Okay. Take up a position to observe the clearing. No reason that you can't then approach later on, you know, Prince Justin, so there's that. Okay. After about 20 minutes, you see a rabbit enter the clearing and move toward the stone. No sooner does the rabbit jump onto the stone than a crossbow bolt strikes it square in the neck. And you see this stepping out. So, dang. All right, let me open this up. Yeah. I mean, we should definitely make sure that when you do a D&D with viewers thing, that we have you play at some point the person that you want, the character that you 100% want to be. You know what I mean? Like, we should have a situation where we do that and there's like no question about it that like that's the thing you want to play. Right. I've got a picture for you. Just give me a second. Assuming I can find it. There it is. Took me a minute to actually find the picture. Promises, promises. No. I'm serious. We just need to find out. We just, we need to let the man and moment must combine, as they say. So, okay, good. That's that. So now we pull this up. Paste, crop, save as, D&D stuff. Legacy the Green Flame. Okay. So here is what you see. And I will bring this up on stream. Okay, stepping down from the tree, you see this guy. Aha! I'm sure he's friendly. What could possibly go wrong, right, chat? I have no doubt that he's going to be just fine. A goblin clad in camouflage, clearly, that's how you pronounce that word. Camouflage, rags, steps into the clearing and moves to gather its prey. The goblin suddenly stops and points its crossbow in your direction. All right, so, chat, are we going to quick. This is a much quicker vote here. Should we attack the goblin? That's $ vote space 1. Or talk to the goblin. That's $ vote space 2. He's pointing the crossbow in your direction, but he has not attacked you yet. So should we attack the goblin? That's $ vote space 1. Or talk to the goblin, $ vote space 2. Attack is 1, vote is 2. What do you think? This time we have 2 people that are in agreement. All right, I'm going to last call this. Two people in agreement. Whether to talk to the goblin, attack the goblin, which is $ vote space 1, or talk to the goblin, which is $ vote space 2. All right. Going once. Going twice. Talk to the goblin it is. Okay. The goblin studies you for a moment and speaks. I am Nibrig. I want no fight. Who are you? And what are you doing in Slay? Slay. All right. So, chat, should we answer the goblin? That's $ vote space 1. Or attack the goblin is $ vote space 2. So, answer the goblin, $ vote space 1. Attack the goblin, $ vote space 2. What say you? Incidentally, if you're wondering what that thing is at the top right of your screen, that is the black wall, which is the thing that you had to go across to get in here. Again, I can see some common elements here among chat. So last call, last call. $ vote space 1 to answer the goblin, $ vote space 2 to attack the goblin. Going once. Going twice. Okay. We are going to answer the goblin. Let's talk to this guy. You tell the goblin some of your story, leaving out why you came in search of the city. You feel certain the goblin means no harm and that he is most likely an outcast from the horde that chased you through the woods. He listens carefully to your story, and you can tell this goblin is simply more than what he appears. The goblin nods his head in approval as you finish your tale. Come with me and have some rabbit, stranger. I will tell you my story and make you an offer. You need to escape this place, and I can help you with that. I prefer to stay, and you can help me with that. Okay. Simple vote again. Do we accept Nibrig's offer or decline it? $ vote space 1 means we accept Nibrig's offer to go talk with him and eat some rabbit. $ vote space 2 means we decline the offer. So go ahead and get your votes in. So far, he has not shot us. It's a good sign. $ vote space 1, accept his offer. $ vote space 2, don't accept his offer. Okay. I was going to say, so far I've seen some, it's Craigery and Prince Justin have been simpatico for obvious reasons, since if one of them was like, nope, I've officially decided I no longer trust this guy based on stuff, I'd be like, wait a minute, what are we doing here? So it all makes sense. Okay. All right. And then we're going to close this. Okay. So we are now going to a different area of the map as he brings us there. Nibrig brings you to his home, and it says it's area 10B on the master map. So let me go take a look at the master map. Ah, okay. Convenient. We should be able to, I think. Nope. Okay, there it is. Reveal the area. I think we should be able to, like that. The jump gate version of this is so much better than the original. Like everything I'm going to be doing forward, like with Roll20, is going to be using jump gate. It's so much easier. Okay. It's just way less finicky than the original. So. Okay. Lovely. All right. So here we are, chat. Welcome to Nibrig's home. I hope you like the look of it. Okay. So, and I'll actually see if I can zoom out a bit. I can. I'm going to actually reveal a little more. Like that and that. Here we go. Great. Okay. Nibrig brings you to his home. The building has a single room, no more than 15 feet square. The room is organized and relatively clean. A stone oven in its north wall crackles away with a small fire. Furniture of suspect craftsmanship is set throughout the room, including a small table and chair set, a cot, a workspace with a larger table, and some cupboards lining the wall. In the middle of the room is an air hockey table. I'm just kidding, I made that up. Nibrig throws his rabbit into a pot and starts his stew. You've told me your story, and now I will tell you mine. I am, or was, next in line to be king of the goblins of the wood. But through deceit, I was banished and fled here to save my life. I may seem particularly articulate for a goblin, that's goblinist, by the way, but that is easily explained. You see, my father, the previous king, believed I should be educated so that I might lead our tribe to greatness. To that end, he set me to work for the necromancer that holds power in the far north of the wood. Not far from here, actually. In all actuality. Well, my brothers became jealous. What's going on, Omizu? Over in YouTube, welcome, welcome. Welcome to some D&D with viewers, Legacy of the Green Flame. Hope all's well, Omizu. Good to see you. Well, my brothers became jealous, and they devised a plan to destroy me. They only partially succeeded, and I was forced to flee to this place. But none of that matters anymore. You are here, and you seek to escape. I can help you with that. I know what you must do and where you must go. I will tell you all you need to know, but first you must do something for me. Go back down the path and take the turn to the north. There you will come to a clearing, and you will find a structure much like this one. Inside or thereabouts, you will find a rather large and nasty snake. Bring me the head of the snake, and I will tell you what you need to know. All right. So the goblin wants us to kill a snake, and then he will tell us what we need to know. That is the deal that is before us. So, very simple vote, chat. The question is, do we accept it or not? $ vote space 1 means we accept Nibrig's offer. $ vote space 2 means he will let us stay the night but be gone the next morning, and then we would have to basically select a path to follow, and we won't see him again for the rest of the adventure. In YouTube chat, by the way, Omizu, anyone watching in YouTube, you can make your votes since I don't have Arvbot working, Arcanusbot working over there. You can do that by just telling me in YouTube chat, which do you want to do? As for Twitch chat, that's open right now. So $ vote space 1 means we accept Nibrig's offer to go get the head of the snake, and then he'll help us. $ vote space 2 means we decline his offer and we go off on our own. So YouTube chat, I will also ask you, let me know in chat Are we going to accept Nibrig's offer? Just say accept his offer. Or are we going to decline and go off on our own the next day? Please let me know that if you wish in YouTube chat. Thank you for the votes already over in Twitch chat. So here we are in a dark city. Scree! What's up, Shadowed? How you doing, man? Thank you so much for getting this. Omazu says in YouTube chat, accept the offer. That is 3 votes for accept. So I'll put this on last call. Shadowed, thank you so much for getting Arcanaspot back up and running. I appreciate it. And yes, Shadowed is here. Shadowed, not only a amazing moderator, not only the master behind Arcanaspot, but also the individual who GMs or DMs the Shadow Crew with D&D with Community D&D with Waterdeep Dragon Heist, which is going to be back on a week from tomorrow night. You just had to ping Trollware. Yeah, the thing is, too, the Troll changed his name in Discord. So I was riding my bike when we found out it wasn't working, so Triffid pinged you. I have to remember next time to, like, also ping directly using his new name because he's being all secretive. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you. I appreciate it. Alrighty. So, going once, going twice. All right, we are going to accept his offer. He's also not on the mod channel. Yeah. That's true on that. Yes, all those things are true. I should probably just make him a mod since he does, help do backup troubleshooting, especially on Arcanaspot. I should do that. Anyway, okay. So we have accepted Nibring's offer. Excellent, he says, and then attacks. No, I'm just kidding. I made that up. All right. Let's see. Let's go to... Right, okay. Let me find the map so we can go there. Got to find the map. Got to find the map. Okay, there we go. All right, it is up and to the left. So, it's about, like, here. So let me show this. Again, I reiterate how much better this is. The reveal mask is so much easier with the jump gate Roll20. It's a lot less finicky. Every new campaign I start, I'm going to be using jump gate. I'm almost tempted. I'm just worried about compatibility, or I would have done it for my old campaigns that I had running already. But I'm tempted because it's just so much easier to reveal. In particular, mask and reveal is easier. In particular, but okay, here we are. He's the second most amazing mod. You are. I did. That's why I made clear not to say the most amazing dragon. He's just one of many amazing. That's all. That's what I'm saying. One of many, many, many amazing. Because Triffid and Prince Justin and so many people that, so many amazing mods. Right. What am I looking for? What was this? It was... okay. 12... Oh, 12. Okay, because this is the park. Right, okay. So we are here inside this park. There we go. So, we are inside this park. This area of the city may have been... Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, Shadowed. It's exactly right. That's what I'm worried about. But man, you know what I mean, though, Shadowed? I don't know if you've had a chance to play around with it, but, like, Jump Gate is, like, so much more intuitive, and it just is less janky. Like, it's... So I am very much looking forward to having, like, all my new games as I start them moving into Jump Gate. Like, and just using them straight up. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay. This area of the city may have been a park of some sort, as there are only a few piles of rubble that were once structures. Also, the scrub goes taller and more trees are present. The path simply comes to an end in a large flat area. Unlike other parts of the city you've seen, there were several areas that contained no rubble or scrub, only tall grass swaying in the breeze. A single low building, no more than a stone hut, is situated at the center of this area. Now, I'm going to have us jump past here because, let's see. Actually, no, I guess we can do this. So, all right. Remember, chat, we know why we were sent here, okay? So, but I just realized I shouldn't just assume. So, what do you want? What should we do? Should we investigate the hut? Should we scout the area? Or should we leave the area? Remember, we were sent here. Oh, sorry about that, Amazu. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yes, I am running 5th edition, but this is 5th edition 2024. This, too, has been giving me a chance to try out some 2024 5th edition stuff. So, okay, so should we investigate the hut, scout the area, or leave the area? Remember that we were sent here by the guy whose name I already forgot. Nibrig? Nibrig, I knew that. Nibrig sent us here. So, do we, $vote space 1, investigate the hut, $vote space 2, scout the area, or $vote space 3, leave the area? And again, you can tell me in YouTube chat which you want to do if you have not already done so in Twitch chat. So in Twitch chat, we have 2 votes already for scout the area. Let me know in YouTube if we're investigating the hut, scouting the area, or leaving the area. And you can just tell me that directly. Thank you, everybody. We're starting to build up some people now, which is good. All right. And Omizu also says scout the area. So we got 4 votes for scouting. See, look, chat is just like, every so often chat is in sort of the hive mind process where chat just, everyone understands. They just click together and everyone feels, everyone is like, you know, it's all the extra meditation that you all do, you know. I know the training you've all been through. You're way too cautious. Yeah, but see, this is the thing, Omizu. Like, I've said this before. Like 99% of the games I play, this is exactly what I would do. Like, even if you play, I played some, I know that Prince Justin has done this. I play some PUBG, and like, for me, I'm not going to be like these people who are like, oh, I hit the ground and I pick up every gun and I go running towards the action and running around. I'm not going to do that. If I were ever in that situation, first of all, I wouldn't be. If I were ever in that situation, the minute I touch the ground, I am grabbing a gun from the ground and then running to as far away as I possibly can and freaking hiding in a hut. That's what I'm doing, you know? And then as the sort of deadly gas moves in, I'm like cautiously moving in to avoid it. But under no circumstances am I going to be like, I'm going to run towards... I'm not doing that. Man, if I was sent to deal with a huge snake, I'm not going to be like, let's go. Okay, so we are scouting the area. All right. Scouting the area, which is that one. Okay. You make a slow circle of the entire area and find nothing of particular interest. You do come across the excrement of some large animal. The dung is often filled with small bones, indicating that whatever excreted it ate its victims whole. As you finish your search, you turn your attention back to the stone hut. It is then that you see a giant snake is slowly moving off the roof and down into the tall grass. You're not doing it's not real life. I see, Dragon. I'm a 2E guy, so I get it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, right, Omizu? All right, chat. So, are we going to attack the giant constrictor snake? And it specifies here the snake has 40 hit points. Are we going to attack the giant constrictor snake with a ranged weapon or spell? That's $vote space 1. Or are we going to charge and attack the snake? To be clear, we've got some ranged spells, and we are a sorcerer, I'm just saying. So $vote space 1 means we're attacking from a distance. From a distance. $vote space 2 means we're charging. So that's the question. So definitely in YouTube, yeah, Omizu votes for ranged. Prince Justin with a ranged vote in Twitch chat. So $vote space 1, attack from a distance. $vote space 2, charge. Right now we have 2 votes because I'm counting the YouTube vote. Oh, and also, while you're doing that, I'm going to put the picture up here. I have a picture. Everybody, yeah, yeah. Find the snake guy. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And then we do this, and then we do this, and we do that, and then we do save as. Giant constrictor. Not constructor, Arv. I almost said giant constructor snake. I was like, ooh. A giant constructor snake. It sounds like a transformer. The Transformers. All right, we have 3 votes for attack from range and 1 vote for chaos, according to Shadowed. It does, right? Constructor. There must have been a snake transformer, right? I don't remember one, but there were animals. I know there were the primal, like whatever, Optimus Primal or all that. Like there were the jungle animals. There must have been a constructor, like animal, transformer animal thing, like which was a snake, I would think. All right, and I'm going to show you. This is the guy. So let me move that down. Get rid of the crossbow goblin for a minute. Snake Tour. There is a cassette tape one. I actually had there were 2 tapes. I had Soundwave Dragon back in the day. And I had 2 cassette I had 1 cassette transformer, and there were 2 of them. There was, I think, Razorbeak or Laserbeak or something, and then there was the other one. And I had the least I had the less well-known one, cassette that transformed into a bird. But I didn't remember. I don't think I ever had the snake. Snake Tour. Yeah, I was driving my son and a couple of kids back from the camp that he goes to, with one of the summer camps he goes to, a couple of weeks ago, and they were making stuff up in chat. So we came up with a transformer that doesn't use metal, and we were like, Bambooatron, the non-existent transformer that's better for the environment. It was pretty funny. You've been playing a mobile version of Moldvay, which I'm not familiar. It's not bad. Makes me think of wizardry. I've never heard of Moldvay, Amazu. I have never heard of that. Oh yeah, Constructor Snake. Richard Scarry's Busy Town. Oh, Busy Town. I remember my kids had a for little kids, like when you're 2 or 3, had a Busy Town Richard Scarry type of thing. Oh, it's so cool. Such good memories. Okay, so we are going to close this off because we have gotten enough votes. We are going to attack from range. Okay, somehow the snake was unaware of your presence. It must have been soaking up the sun on the roof of the hut. The snake is 100 feet away. Okay, this is a good call. So what it says is that we may make a ranged surprise attack with a +4 bonus to our attack roll. After our attack, we must roll initiative. The snake will move to attack, but cannot reach you until the second non-surprise round. You may fire ranged weapons or cast another spell. However, the snake has half cover in the tall grass. On the next round, the snake will attack, and you'll have no penalties as it's out of the tall grass. It will not use its constrict attack on its first round of combat. It will attack as normal on its second round of melee combat. Okay, sounds good, Shadowed. Thank you, as always. So what that means, it's an old D&D adventure. Oh, now that you mention it, that does sound vaguely familiar with, but I only know the name. I don't know anything about it beyond that. That's cool, Omizu. So a mobile version of it, huh? That's cool. Okay, so we're going to make a ranged surprise attack. So now that we're making a ranged surprise attack. Aw, man, you got baited. It's like Fool's Gold, except in this case it's Fool's Gold Squash is what it is. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to jump down. We're going to take a look at our spell. So we do have a ranged weapon, which is a light crossbow. However, we also have, since we are sorcerers, we've got magic missile, we have sleep, and we have firebolt, all of which are ranged items. So assuming that we're using a spell, then I'm going to ask it this way. Should we cast firebolt And to be clear, Firebolt, in case anyone is curious, Firebolt is that's 1d10 on hit. Or should we cast, let's see, Magic Missile, which is Magic Missile, which is 3 missiles, so basically 3d4 plus 3. Or should we use or should we Okay. Now, I'm going to open this up, but we do have cantrips. So and actually that's a good point. I'm going to add that in. So Firebolt is a cantrip. So we can use that without any problem. Magic Missile is a first level. And it's 3d4 plus 3. Or we could attack with Light Crossbow. Now remember, the Giant Constrictor Snake, it says, has 40 hit points, right? So if we are casting a Firebolt, that means that we have to make a ranged spell attack, but we do get +4 this first time. So if we cast Magic Missile, we are using a first level slot. However, it is guaranteed to hit. So the +4 is immaterial. We could also then cast it the next 2 turns. So basically, we could cast 3 magic missiles in a row, 3 sets of magic missiles in a row, because we get the surprise round and then 2 rounds before it gets to us. The second 2 rounds are in half cover, but if we're using magic missile anyway, it doesn't matter. It's going to hit regardless. Cover doesn't make a difference. So if you put that together, you could either do Firebolt the first round and then magic missile, if you follow what I'm saying, second round and third round. Or we could do 3 magic missiles in a row, which would ultimately end up being, if I count properly, 9d4 plus 9. So there's that we would have too. That's a possibility. And also, thank you to, I think it was Moody Bro. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Argonauts. So we could do that too. So for this first one, we have a vote for Firebolt already. So in other words, if you're going to use the attack bonus, Firebolt would make sense first, and then Magic Missile second round, Magic Missile third round, because that ignores cover. So if you want to do that, then you would say right now for round 1, the surprise round, then $ vote space 1 is cast Firebolt, $ vote space 2 is Magic Missile, $ vote space 3 is attack with the Light Crossbow. And we get +4 on this first round only. After that, it's going to be in cover, light cover. Or half cover, I mean. So right now we have 1 vote for Firebolt in YouTube, and we have 1 vote for Firebolt in Twitch chat. So $ vote space 1 is Firebolt, $ vote space 2 is Magic Missile, $ vote space 3 is Light Crossbow. Also, of course, the Firebolt is a cantrip, and thus will not get used up. Obviously, we don't have any cantrip slots or anything. So get your votes in, please. Get those votes in, please. All right, so do we have other votes here? So far, we've got 2 total votes for Firebolt. 2 total votes for Firebolt. Also, I realized we should be doing combat music here. So let me get rid of that. Sorry about that. There we go. Since we are now officially attacking the snake. The snake. Hiss, hiss, hiss. The snake. Snake it, snake it, snake it up. All right, we're going to last call this. Last call. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Firebolt it is. All right, so we're going to cast Firebolt. Okay, so what I need is someone in chat to be willing to roll for us. And the way this works is that you can actually roll using... let me get that dice roller up. Hold on a second. Using Arcanus Bot. Sorry, using Arbot Plus, I should say. Here's dice roller. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be rolling 1d20, and let me see what our normal thing would be. So wait a second, don't roll anything yet. Let's see. So it would be +4, but we get an additional +4. So now we're talking about +8. So we need someone to roll 1d20, and then we will add 8 to it. Is someone willing to do that? The way to do that is to go $roll space 1d20 and then plus the plus symbol and then the number 8. So do we have someone who's willing to roll for us using that system? No crit fail, please. Yeah, no kidding. Please do not firebolt ourselves in the face. I would agree. So is someone in Twitch chat willing to do that? 1d20 plus 8? Anybody? Doesn't matter who. Is anyone willing to do that? To roll? Noodlebird, that was the name. Also, hi, Noodlebird. Thank you for the follow. All right, Noodlebird. Good way to enter. I love the name, by the way. All right, Noodlebird. So, again, the way you do it is $roll, all one word, $ROLL, space, 1, the number 1, D, the letter D, and then 20, 20. You know, maybe he's beginner's luck, exactly. Space, and then plus the symbol, the plus symbol, 8. So $roll, space, 1d20, space, plus. I think it's actually 1d20, not space, 1d20 plus 8. It worked. Yay! See, look at that. 27 right off the bat. Wow, Noodlebird, welcome. See? This is what happens. You join the channel and immediately good things come to you. Good stuff. All right. Yeah, that's 100% a hit. All right, now you got to roll damage, Noodlebird. Let's see if we can keep the beginner's luck up. So for this one, we need you to do $roll space 1d10. Nice work, Noodlebird. $roll space 1d10. And that will be the damage that we do. Flame on. Look at that, 9 points of damage. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Nice stuff. Welcome to the team, Noodlebird. I love it. All right, Noodlebird receiving some very appropriate praise for their work. Good stuff. All right, that snake is like, and then the fire is, and the snake is, and eventually it's just. It's a lot of. Not even sure what we're doing here. Well, we are currently okay. To summarize, we are looking for a giant emerald that we were sent to find by the ghost of a green dragon. It is somewhere in this mysterious, ominous city beyond the Black Wall. And we have found a goblin who was a former goblin king, Nibrig, who sent us to, in the city, who sent us to take the head of this snake and bring it to him. And if we do, then he will help us with information on where to find the emerald. So that's what we're doing. We saw the snake on the top of the roof of this hut. It's 100 feet away. We zapped it. And so that's where we are. So now we're going to roll initiative. And for this one, we're killing some random innocent snake. This thing is not innocent. That snake knows exactly what it's doing, okay? So now what we need to do is we need to roll initiative. So our guy Umbero, who is a half-orc sorcerer, our guy Umbero has initiative of +1. So now, Noodlebird, if you would not mind, I'm making you the roller for now. But again, feel free to you know, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but if you're willing to keep rolling, we like to hold on, you know, keep a person who's rolling. We keep them rolling for a little bit. So $ roll space. This is 1d20, but this time it's just +1 for initiative. And I'm going to roll on my end. The not NPCs, I need monsters. Okay. Trying to find how he alphabetized this. Oh man. No snake, no serpent. All right. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, exactly. God damn, D20. Look at that. Holy crap. 21 initiative. All right, well, I need to find what the giant constrictor snake's initiative is. Jeez, Noodlebird. All of a sudden, Noodlebird reveals themselves to be the author of this adventure and hacked themselves in. All right. Okay, here we go. I finally found it. Okay. Well, I mean, all right, let's see. It has a +2. Yeah, it roll. I know, right? I should go to the casino. No kidding. I know. What's up, guys? Shield. Hey, imaginary exponent. I know. Can you roll this die for me? So Noodlebird just got a crit success while the snake got a crit failure. Like, Noodlebird, what happened was, right, like the snake, like the secret, hold on, I'm trying to get my camera to focus again. There we go. The snake is like, looks up and is like, Noodlebird, my greatest nemesis. Like, it's so, like, moves it around. Now we've pissed it off. That's right, Omizu. So it just got smacked. All right, so it is clearly going to be going second. It is definitely going second. Okay, so now that we've done that, so it is sitting at 31 out of 40 hit points. Now, it has 2 turns to get to us from now, but now it is in cover. And so what cover means here, specifically half cover. So what half cover means in 5e is that it has a +2 bonus to AC and dexterity saving throws. However, I would note to everybody that because we hit with the firebolt on the first turn, now we could fire 2 magic missiles at it, because each magic missile, each of the 2 sets of magic missiles is guaranteed to hit. So it is 100% guaranteed to do it. So I'm going to do the same vote here, but for this round and the next round before it reaches us in half cover in the grass, magic missile will automatically hit it. So I'm just throwing that out there. So $vote space 1. This is for everybody, including you, Noodle. $vote space 1 if you folks want to cast Firebolt. $vote space 2 if you want to cast Magic Missile. And $vote space 3 if you want to attack with a light crossbow. And Amazu, you can vote, and anyone who's in YouTube chat can vote there as well. But now that they're in half cover, like, the thing's already, like... Meanwhile, we're sitting back there being like, this snake is on fire. Good to see you, Imaginary, by the way. Can we back up and still stay in range? So we're not going to be able to stay out of its range necessarily, although we could Misty Step away if we had to. The problem is that there's sort of limited range to go. We can definitely move away after a while, but it's going to be faster than we are because of how fast it's slithering towards us. Hopefully we get lucky and we have it mostly down by the time it arrives. So, you know. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to last call this. We have... so given that, Omizu, what do you want to do? Do you want to do Firebolt? Magic Missile for sure? Okay. Yeah, I just figured since it's in cover, like, we got the Firebolt off thanks to Noodlebird the Magnificent there. So I figure that, you know. So, all right, we have got Firebolt is 1 vote for Firebolt, and we got 5 votes for Magic Missile. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Whoops, I last called twice for no reason. Going once, going twice. We don't have Grease. We do have Sleep, so when it gets up on top of us, because we have a higher initiative, we could maybe try to put it to sleep, but I figure we cross that bridge when we come to it. We're going to have 2 ranged attack rounds before it gets to us, according to the book. So, also, good call, by the way, on everyone surveying the area first instead of just running up to the hut, because that's what's allowing us to get these attacks. I would not want our boy Umbero to be dealing with this dude with 15 hit points up close and personal with a giant constrictor snake. You have an option to cast Fireball. We have Firebolt, but we don't have Fireball, though. That's the problem, Imaginary, unfortunately. All right, we're going to cast Magic Missile. Okay, so these automatically hit. So what I would like you to do here, they're all going to the same creature, so it's really easy. So I would like you, Noodlebird, since we're going to keep rolling with Noodlebird here. The +8 didn't hurt, I know for sure, Amazu. We need you to roll, if you wouldn't mind, $ roll space 3d4 +3, because it's basically 1d4 + 1 3 times, but we're just going to combine that together. So it's 3d4 +3 on this one. Yeah, unfortunately not yet. We're only level 3 Sorcerer Imaginary. Working on it. Working on it. So 3d4 +3, if you would, Noodle. Imaginary, when you got here, you didn't see that Noodlebird has already been, like, rocking the house. They showed up, just followed. Yeah, another good one. 3, 3, and 2 is solid. +9, 11 points. Pew, pew, pew. All right, that means it is down now to 20 hit points. We've got it down to half health, and we have another round of ranged attack on it. So it keeps slithering. We've used 1 slot so far, 1 first level slot, but we have 3 left. So we have 3 level 1 slots left. So I'm going to clear this, and I'm going to reopen this. Okay, now this is the last ranged round, the last round of a free attack, basically, before it gets to us. It's still in half cover, and next turn it'll be on top of us. So, and we still have 3 first level slots left, remember. So, $ vote space 1, we cast Firebolt, but again, it's in half cover. $ vote space 2, we cast Magic Missile. Again, that's a guaranteed hit. $ vote space 3, we attack with a light crossbow. That's what we've got. Also, there is a world in which we could almost have this thing completely dead by the time by the time it gets upon us. That's possible. So, which I think would be nice. I don't entirely know how we're going to take the head of the thing. I assume we're going to Magic Missile its head off. I don't know. I look and, like, on the 4th page of the character sheet, it's like, you have giant constrictor snake decapitation amulet. Oh, man. No. We do not have that, in fact. All right, so Omazu says Magic Missile. We now have 3 votes for Magic Missile, 1 vote for Firebolt. Yeah, I'm with Chad on this. I don't want to mess around with this thing. We still have 3 slots left. Even after we use it, we'll have 2 first level slots left. A half-orc could chew it off. I don't know though. Do you see the picture? Look at. I'm gonna increase the size of this picture for a minute. Look at this thing. I don't know, man. You chewing the head of that off? That seems a little, I don't know, sizable. Of course, what it's actually doing there is it's like, hi, friend. So good to see you. Might take a while, but it could be a snack. I suppose. It'd be good fiber, right? I have never had snake meat. I've heard people say that it tastes like chicken, and my problem with that is I feel like these people say that everything tastes like chicken. So I don't know. I imagine it's like probably really chewy like eel or something, right? Not a big eel guy. It's kind of bland, so it tastes like whatever you season it with. Does it really? Is it really chewy like octopus or eel or something? Chicken tastes like snake. I'd like a snake salad sandwich. My manuscript in progress is my work in progress right now, which I'm just about to hit the 40,000 word mark on, by the way, is a manuscript of a book called Shade and Shadow. And by the way, if anyone's going to be at ReaderCon this coming weekend or at Worldcon in Seattle next month, I'm going to be reading excerpts from that novel, which I'm feeling pretty good about so far. Anyway, it's set in an area called the Mire, and right outside the Mire, and the Mire is basically modeled after the Louisiana Bayou. So one of the things that I've been thinking about quite a bit is like what water snakes are in the area. Like I'm familiar with water snakes from New England where I grew up and like those kinds of areas, and thinking about different creatures and what they're known as. So one of the things that is a creature that they may or may not have to deal with is, you might have heard of the French term loup-garou, Loup-Garou, which basically is a werewolf. But there's another Bayou term for it, which is even more authentic, called rougarou, if I'm pronouncing that right, Rougarou. And I was just thinking it was really cool to be able to look at some of those things. So it's kind of like kangaroo. I've never had kangaroo either. Okay. All right. Looks like we are going with Magic Missile. We got 4 votes for that, counting the one in YouTube. So we're good on that score. Okay. So Noodlebird, if you could be so kind again as to roll 3d4 plus 3. Let's see how much we can take this snake down. Anyway, I know we were talking about snakes, but it was reminding me of bayou area snakes. That's what I was thinking about. Here we go, loup-garou. Here we go, loup-garou. Live and let die, yeah. Well, you know, it's interesting, Craigery, when I wrote the short story that this novel sprang from, called The Caretaker of Mire, I've told this story before, but I had an editor who, so just do the $ roll when you get a chance, Noodlebird. $ roll, space 3d4 plus 3, if you'd be so kind. Lovely. Oh no, finally the luck runs out. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3. That's okay. That just proves that you're not hacked. That was proving that we're not hacked. That was fine. Perfectly reasonable that we had. That was bound to happen, exactly. Okay. So anyway, one of my editors wanted to change the term, because I use the term alley, A-L-L-I, and one of them wanted to use the term gator, and I was like, no, because gator is a Florida alligator reference. Alley is specific to the bayou. It's more of a kind of francophone word. But it was just little, like subtle little stuff like that as differences can have a real effect on whether something feels authentic. And to be clear, it is not actually set in the Louisiana Bayou. It's just modeled after that. So there are definitely changes and variations, but I was inspired a little bit by that. Very like Beasts of the Southern Wild, if you're familiar with that. So, okay, great. So 6 points damage. All right. So it's 14 hit points there. South of Midnight. That sounds really familiar, Craigery. You like it? It sounds really familiar, I believe. Okay, so anyway, all right, so it comes up to us, and now it is our initiative roll. So now, let me sort of set the scene for everybody. The thing is upon us, so the snake is faster than us, and it will be able to attack us if we do a ranged attack, unless we do nothing but double move away. But if we double move away, then we can't do anything else on the turn. So at this point, we're not going to attack with a light crossbow. We could cast Firebolt again, although we would have to step 5 feet away to do that. We could cast Magic Missile, once again, step 5 feet away and do that. We could Misty Step, then attack with a light crossbow. But again, Misty Step is a 2nd level slot. And we only have 2 of those, so we got to be careful about using those things. Or we could attack with whatever our melee weapon is, which I forget. What is our melee weapon? Our melee weapon is a dagger. We have a dagger plus 1, actually. Ironically, we have a vial of serpent's venom, so we can poison the serpent with its own venom. No, we can't really do that. Okay, so we could attack with a dagger plus 1. Okay, and now remember it also said it will not use its constrictor attack on the first attack. It will not do that. The snake is at 14 hit points out of 40, so it is definitely pretty messed up. However, it is not dead yet. So we have cast Firebolt means we step 5 feet away, Firebolt it. Magic Missile, step 5 feet away, Magic Missile it. Both of those means it will get an attack in on us. Not at the same time, but right afterwards. Misty Step means that we go a distance from it, and then we can attack with a light crossbow, and it won't get an attack this turn. But again, Misty Step is a second level spell, so be aware of that. Or we could attack in melee range with a dagger +1, and remember that it's sitting at 14 hit points. We, however, only have 15 hit points, because your boy is not exactly powerful. So, $vote space 1 is cast Firebolt. $ is, which means 5 foot step back, Firebolt. $vote space 2, 5 foot step back, Magic Missile. That would be our third of 4 slots. $vote space 3, Misty Step. That would be that's a second level spell, but we do have 2 of those, so we could use one of those to step away, and then we could attack really with either the light crossbow or a Firebolt. Actually, we could do either one. Or $vote space 4 means we attack with our dagger. So Omizu votes for 5 step back and Magic Missile. I'm going to actually put that in manually because you'd put that vote in, Omizu. So we have 3 votes for Misty Step, 1 vote for Magic Missile. And by the way, Misty Step will get us, let's see, how far would Misty Step go? I think Misty Step is 30 feet, yeah. So Misty Step is basically 30 feet, which we could use as a bonus action. So we could actually Misty Step 30 feet, then back up another 30 feet, so 60 feet away, and then fire away or Magic Missile. And I think the snake has got a movement of, yeah, speed 30 feet. So that would give us another 2 rounds to hit it. So there is some logic to this Misty Step, actually. I hadn't thought about it, but either way works. All right, I'm going to last call this. Last call. Misty Step move, then Magic Missile. Okay, gotcha, Omizu. Oh, all right, so you're going for Misty Step. Okay, so then I'm going to close this down right now. Okay, so we did the Misty Step, so we've used we've used a 1 of 2 second level spells, slots. We Misty Stepped away, so we're now sitting 30 feet away, and we're going to take an additional 30 feet to back up because it's the only thing that makes sense if we're going to do that here. So we're now 60 feet away. So now that we are 60 feet away, now the question is, chat, we're not going to Misty Step anymore. So now the question is, we're not going to do that either. So now it's back to what we were going to do before. Are we going to cast Firebolt? Now remember, it's at 14. It's out of cover now, but Firebolt does 1d10, but it's also a cantrip, so it doesn't use any more first level spell scrolls or spell slots. So do we cast Firebolt? That's 1d10 if we hit. It's not in cover anymore, but we're only attacking at +4 now, not +8. So Firebolt plus 1d4, 1d10 if we hit. Magic Missile automatically hits. That would be our 3rd out of 4 first level slots, and that might come close to killing it. Or do we attack it with our light crossbow? And it's 60 feet away. So $vote space 1 means cast Firebolt. $vote space 2 means cast Magic Missile, which is what Omizu already voted for, so I'm putting that in manually. $vote space 3 means attack with our light crossbow. This is a tough call. I could see this going either way. It's actually kind of an interesting fight because of the different variables with the half cover with the grass and then us being able to step back. That's a good call on Misty Step, chat. You were thinking about that the right way because it gives us more distance in the end at the cost of a second level spell slot. And one thing to remember, this is important for everybody. I know my role players in here will know this already. Remember that hit points are also a resource. In any role-playing game that you play, computer or tabletop, health or stamina or whatever they call it, or hit points, are a resource, just like spell slots, just like gold, just like food. Hit points are also a resource to consider. So I find your lack of burning snake disturbing. We got space. We could try to cook it before chewing its head off. That's fair. That's fair. All right, so it is tied up right now, chat. We have 2 votes for Firebolt, 2 votes for Magic Missile, and I counted Omizu's vote for Magic Missile already in YouTube. So, chat, what do you want to do? $ vote space 1, cast Firebolt, 2, Magic Missile, 3, attack with light crossbow. Okay, Prince Justin's going to vote for that. Is going to vote for Magic Missile, so going once, going twice. Yeah, that was already a vote, Noodlebird. So we got you. All right. So there it is. The vote has happened. So we've used up 3 slots, but now, pew, pew, pew. All right, so again, Noodlebird, if you would, we need 3d4 plus 3. A high enough roll will kill this thing, or at least get us very close. So 3d4 plus 3. 40 hit points, by the way. If we were up close and fighting this thing, we would have some problems. Like, we would have had to Misty Step immediately, and, like, we would have some issues if we were dealing with this thing up close and personal. I'm glad we did not. All right, 9 points of damage. Much more robust. I love it. I love it. All right, 3d4 plus 3 means we're looking at a 9, so it's down to 5 hit points. Awesome. Okay, so it slithers towards us, but because it's 60 feet away, it only gets 30 feet movement, so we have another attack roll on it. So, second verse, same as the first, chat, or whatever this is now, 4th verse. So now, it only has 5 hit points left, and it is 30 feet away, so we get another free attack on it. So, are we going to cast Firebolt? That's 1d20 plus 4 to hit. Are we going to cast our last Magic Missile? That is our last 1st level slot, though. Or are we going to attack with our light crossbow? So, $ vote space 1 is Firebolt. That's a cantrip, so we can do that as much as we want. $ vote space 2 is Magic Missile. $ vote space 3 is light crossbow. I should say that we also do have a Ray of Frost, but I think Ray of Frost is... It's 60 feet. We could hit it, actually. So you know what? I'm going to close this for a minute. I'm sorry. I apologize. Everyone, I apologize. I'm going to close this for a minute because I didn't realize that Ray of Frost is also a cantrip. I didn't talk about it before because the range is only 60 feet. But now that it is actually 60 feet, Ray of Frost, which would do 1d8 on a hit and would also slow its feet down by 10 feet. So it basically would not get to us by the next round, slow by 10 feet. But it doesn't do as much damage as a Firebolt would do. But that is also a cantrip. So give me 1 second. Let me just put that in. Cantrip. Nothing but cantrip. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to open this again. Sorry about that. That's right. It'll slow it down, but less of a chance of hitting it. So, and the crossbow, that is a good question, Omizu. The crossbow would do 1d8 plus 1. It's plus 3 to hit. So it would be plus 3 to hit, 1d8 plus 1. So basically, to summarize, Firebolt and Ray of Frost are both plus 4 to hit. Firebolt does 1d10 damage on a hit. Ray of Frost was 1d8 damage on a hit and slows it by 10 feet. Firebolt more likely to kill it, but Ray of Frost will slow it down if it hits. Both have the same amount of chance to hit. Magic Missile is automatic, but that will use our last 1st level slot. Attack with Light Crossbow would do 1d8 plus 1 on a hit, but the plus on that is only plus 3. So a little bit of a less chance to hit Omizu than the other two. So that's what we're looking at. So $ vote space 1 for Firebolt, $ vote space 2 for Ray of Frost, $ vote space 3 for Magic Missile, $ vote space 4 for Attack with Light Crossbow. I know, and they have even less feet now, Trippid. This is what I'm saying. It's funny. All right, so we got 2 votes for Cantrip Firebolt. We've got 1 vote, 3 votes now for Firebolt, 1 vote for Ray of Frost. Omizu, what's your vote in YouTube? I will add you to the vote. Are we Firebolting? Are we Ray of Frosting, Magic Missiling, or Attacking with Light Crossbowing? I'm very proud of chat, can I just say? You all immediately saw the point of doing Misty Step, and I was all about like, man, I don't think we should get up close and personal. And it did not occur to me that that means Misty Step, even if you use a 2nd level slot, is much better than the possibility of losing health. So, applause to you, chat. Well done. All right, so Omizu, do we have a vote in YouTube for what you're going to do? We have 3 votes for Firebolt and 1 for Ray of Frost in Twitch chat right now. Omizu, what do you think? We Firebolting or we Ray of Frosting? Firebolt. Okay. We have 4 Firebolts. All right. So going once on the Firebolt, going twice on the Firebolt. Okay. Firebolt it is. So now we need to make an attack roll. So if you would please. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Prince Justin. You were going to change it? So that would have been 3-2. It doesn't matter. It would still have won. So even with the change vote, it wouldn't matter. You have to respond to a text. You were trying to make it unanimous. Oh, you would have changed it the other way because it's actually Firebolt. So, okay, no problem, Noodlebird. Can we have someone else roll, please? This one is rolling to hit. So this is 1d20 plus 4 rolling to hit the Constrictor Snake. Who else is willing to roll? Can we get another person in chat willing to roll because Noodlebird has to respond to a text? Is someone else willing to roll, please? Anybody, 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 anybody. Thank you, Prince Justin. 14. All right, let's see. I think that's probably good. Yep, AC was 12, so we hit it. Outstanding work. Okay, so 1d10. Can you roll, Prince Justin, for me? 1d for us, 1d10. Let's see if we can kill this thing off. 8. Down it goes. Look at that. Everyone give yourselves a pat on the back. We killed that thing and did not take a single hit. That is what I'm talking about. Good stuff, everybody. Outstanding work. All right, let's get rid of that. Let me change the music up. Very good work, everybody. All because of Misty Step. Nice work, everybody. Okay. Prince Justin for the win. Yeah, no kidding. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Outstanding. All right, let me quickly just change the slots that we have now. We are currently sitting with, let's see. So we have expended We have expended 3 slots. That's okay, though. Like, again, the option was either that or we get hit by stuff. So, good call. Well done, everybody. I'm very impressed. Okay. We used a lot of our resources. I hope there aren't any surprises. Yeah, but you know what, though, Mizzou? We only really used 3 first-level slots, which may be a lot, but it was a 40-hit-point snake. Like, you know? So I agree with you. I hope there aren't surprises. But having said that, it was kind of a good way to avoid getting hit by anything. All right. So if you were sent here by Nibrig and defeated the snake, and we have, go to Area 10G. All right, let's do it. Let's do this. Okay. Nibrig is clearly excited that you have returned with the snake's head. I knew you could do it, he exclaims, and I will honor my end of the bargain. You are in the city of Slay. This is an ancient place, and it is an evil place. When I served the necromancer, he told me its story. And it went like this. Do you know how the orcs came to being? No, I'm just kidding. His name was Saruman. Okay. How he learned of its history, I do not know or want to know. It seems the people of Slay were the kind that loved all things magic. Their entire society was based on magic. To that end, they cared little of good and evil, but only more knowledge and power. Of course, this led to their destruction. As my master continuously stated, power is most dangerous when it has no direction. I don't know what happened to the people of Slay, but the city fell and died. In its death, as a result or a cause, I am not certain, an evil force has taken root. The evil has no name and no body. It just is. All intelligent creatures that make their way into this city eventually fall to its power. They become evil and twisted, and it is an evil that has only one desire, to kill. You see, there are no factions or allies within the city, only enemies. The evil will overtake you in the next few days unless you find the cure. Oddly, the evil does not affect those without intelligence, so animals are immune. The cure to the evil is not so difficult to find. There is a fountain to the north. It is located near the spring that feeds the stream. You must sacrifice what is most dear to you to the fountain. Then drink from the water, and you will be safe from evil. Only after you have consumed the water can you enter the temple and open the gate. What gate? We, as chat, collectively ask. There is a pass at the far north of the city. But like the wall to the south, there is another to the north. Only this wall is green, and you cannot go over or under it. You must enter the temple and activate the gate. To activate the gate, you must find 3 gemstones, an emerald, a piece of jade, and a green opal. That may sound difficult, but I assure you these stones can be found in the city. It seems the people of Slay use the stones for decoration or for currency. I am sure a person of your skill can find the stones. And no, I do not have any. This is my home, and I have no desire to leave. Nibrig finishes his story and sits down to eat something that does not look very appetizing. You can stay the night at his hut and rest. Nibrig has no more information for you, and he asks that you depart after you have rested. No chance for a wandering monster here. Okay, first of all, we got 100 points for the snake and 250 for dealing with Nibrig. So we got 350 bonus experience there, chat. So let me go to that. We are now up to what is that? 1496. So let me fix that just a second. Whoops. No. 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 Why is that not working? Why work? What the heck? Sorry, chat. This is giving me grief, and I don't understand why. Why is this not... I don't understand why this is not working. Cancel. Ah, why are you not... Come on, man. All of a sudden I can't... Why can I not fix this? Okay, I don't know why it's not working, but... Okay, what did I say? 1496? Hold on a second. Oops. I have no idea what's going on right now or why it's doing all this. Something weird is happening. So give me a second. You don't trust this guy? Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about the resting in just a minute. I just am trying to do what I can. Why are you not working? Okay, what I'm going to try doing is I'm going to try like closing and reopening this. Sorry that this is taking a while, everybody. I'm trying to get this to... Oh my god, what? There we go. 1496. Okay. Save PDF. Okay. Now give me a second while I reopen that. It was very weird, and I don't know why I did that, but... Okay, edit PDF. Choose file. Barrow. Okay. Okay, didn't even save. That's great. Right, maybe now it'll work though. Oh my goodness gracious. It does not want to do this. What are you doing? Come on, bro. What? Ah! Stop. Okay. I don't know why it's doing this, so I'm just going to... It's a little busted anyway. I need to figure out a new way to do this character sheet that doesn't use PDF because it's too finicky. But my apologies, everybody. I know this is super fascinating. Okay. Like I should be able to just pick, not that. I should be able. Should be able to pick up this. Nah. All right. I'm not gonna waste time with it. We're just going to add this. Put that over there. It's basically visible. Yeah, I know. Super fascinating. Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to make sure that we add into this. We've used one slot. And we have used 3 slots. Okay. Up, up. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, well, what I'm using right now is PDF24 Creator, which is also a free, fully functional PDF editor, but it doesn't do what we would hope it would do. I mean, it was working fine, but it's still like, if you'll pardon the pun, it's still sketchy. So, all right. So now what we have to do is, so first of all, we got that experience, which is good. And I should mention, by the way, that we at level, let's see. I should mention that we will level up to level 4 at 2,700, so we're over halfway towards that goal. So good work by us. Let's keep that up. All right, now what we need to think about is short rest versus long rest. So the short rest, remember, is an hour-long period of time. You should use PDF gear. All right, I'll think about that, Dragon. I'll think about that. It's open source. I know you said it's free. It's open source. I will think about that. Long rest has the value of okay. So long rest will get back our expended spell slots. So we can either do a short rest, which is about an hour long, right? And we will be able to spend hit dice to restore our hit points. We only have 5 hit points down, so presumably we would get up to full by the time we left here. Or we could do a long rest. Now, normally, I would say there's no reason to do a long rest when you've only lost 5 hit points. However, we did use 4 spell slots in that fight. 1 second level slot and 3 first level slots. And on a long rest, we would get all of them back. So that's very useful. However, it means we won't be able to rest for another 24 hours. So the very simple question that I have for all of you lovely folks is, should we do a short rest or a long rest? So $ vote space 1 is short rest. $ vote space 2 is long rest. And Omazu says long rest. So I'm going to add, long rest is going to get added to that. So there's 3 votes for long rest right now. It's 100% free. Well, no, I'm not going to fork the code. But what I wanted to know was to make sure that it was something that's, you know, we did use a lot of spell slots. All right, I will look into that actually, Dragon, because I have put a little question mark, PDF gear. So I will look into that. Okay, so we have 3 votes. So we have 0 votes for short rest so far, 3 votes for long rest. Hey, Dragon, on PDF gear, can you draw on the PDF so as to like what I was doing with this one, except it's not working now, which is to just use a brush to basically paint over an area, almost like I was using pencil and paper or pen and paper? Okay, that's useful. So can you do that, Dragon? It doesn't need to be super complex. Just something where I can use something where I can cover over text and then put text on top of it, basically. My problem with Adobe, honestly, I mean, I have several of them because AI stuff and whatever, but my other problem is the fact that they have a subscription cost, which is not optimal. I don't need another thing for a subscription. Cool. You can edit text or object. Okay, great. All right, thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, that's it. Who knows when we'll be able to long rest after this. I agree with that too. All right, so we're going to close that down because chat is in agreement. So we are going to do a long rest, and it's perfectly safe to do it. So that means that we're going to get our hit points back. We get half of our hit dice back, but we haven't used any of our hit dice. That's fine. We now have all of our slots back. And so let me see if I can adjust that on my current one. Okay. Good, lovely. Great. Okay, all of our slots are back. I think that's a good call, chat. Who knows when we're going to get it with this? Oh, you were about to DM for the first time ever. You've never actually played. You've come to the right place. So we do a lot of tabletop play on this channel, I will say. I am currently running 4 separate campaigns. 2 of them on this channel. Well, I should say there are 4 campaigns going on. 3 of them that I am running 4. What am I saying? 4 separate ones. So one of them is a standard one called Eberron. That's level 1 to level 20. The players are currently level 17. I am running one called Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks, kind of a sci-fi fantasy mashup on this channel. That's the second one. The third one is Beowulf, which I do with Tari Tunes, and I do that basically once or twice a month. That is a duet system, but it's based on 5e. Expedition also based on 5e. And then I am over on GOG.com, my sister channel. Once a month, I play with the By the Dice Roll group playing Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So I do 4, and we host a 5th one on here, which is a community D&D. That's the one that Shadowed Mage does with the Shadow Crew, and that's usually every other Wednesday, Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So I've been DMing myself for over 35 years, so I've been doing it for quite a bit of time. And a lot of people here play a lot of D&D and tabletop stuff, so you were in the right place. D&D Beyond, just a quick note, I have a lot of people that I know that use D&D Beyond. I have an account which I've integrated with Roll20. I have not used it super much yet, but I may end up using it a little bit more over time. I've heard good things about it. Again, I'm just trying to avoid, I already pay a yearly subscription to Roll20, not to mention all the other subscriptions to all the other stuff in life that I pay for. But I have heard some good things and seen some good things coming out of D&D Beyond. So, and I am busy, yeah. That's right. And I've run other one-shots of D&D. That's right, Prince Justin. Absolutely. In fact, this right here is a D&D 5e thing, except I'm doing it solo. So quite right, Prince Justin. I've done numerous other ones here as well. So yeah, I'm a direct messaging since the late 90s. It's true. It's true. Okay, so we are awake. So anyway, I've heard good things about D&D Beyond, but I will say that others have used it more than I have as far as D&D Beyond is concerned. As far as DMing and all that stuff, it's my favorite game. D&D is amazing. My recommendation would definitely be to do a little bit of what you're doing here, actually. Look at a couple of live plays and or actual plays, especially if you can find sort of like, you know, session zeros. If you go over to my YouTube channel, I have many playlists over there, and you can look at like the early sessions of those games to get a sense of what the characters are like. And just watching or listening, which is basically, back in the day I couldn't do that because I'm 52, so I mean I cut my teeth on first and second edition D&D, and I have the red box back there that I bought back in the 80s and everything. So like I've been doing it for a long time, and there was no actual play. I just kind of had to teach myself, which is doable. But nowadays, being able to go to YouTube or Twitch and look at an actual play is really helpful. When I got back into D&D extensively back in 2008 or 9, I guess, I started listening to Penny Arcade and Acquisitions Incorporated that was doing at the time 4th edition D&D, and that was also really useful because I was listening to Chris Perkins, who I think is one of the best, maybe the best DM currently working in the space today. Matt Mercer's awesome, but I think that Chris Perkins is a little bit better just in terms of like rules knowledge and all that stuff. And that was super helpful. So that's my recommendation, is watching some actual plays, listening to it. And then the biggest thing is making sure that you're having fun with your players. Like, the best thing to do is make sure everyone is having a good time. If your players are having a good time, you'll have a good time. DMing, some people say, is a thankless job, but I have to say, I love playing once in a while, and I do get to play D&D once in a while as a player, but I love DMing, and part of it is that I love storytelling. I'm an author, so I love storytelling, and I love being able to work with people to make a collaborative story, and seeing all those things come together is super cool. So that's what I would say. That's sort of a general comment. So. Oh, happy birthday, Omizu. Just turned 52 today. Happy birthday. Yeah, I'm going to be turning, I've got a few months on you. I'm going to be turning 53 in a couple of months, but happy birthday, Omizu. Everyone wish Omizu happy birthday. Omizu's over in YouTube, but happy birthday, Omizu. Okay, so, yeah, happy birthday. So anyway, yeah, that's what I would say, Noodle. But feel free to ask questions. Also, feel free to join our Discord, !ArvCord. Lots of people in there play D&D as well, and if you and other games for that matter, lots of tabletop role-playing games. I have a tabletop role-playing game based on my Greyshade universe coming out at Gen Con in a few weeks, actually. So there's been a lot of discussion about all kinds of TTRPGs, Blades in the Dark, powered by the Apocalypse games. Daggerheart, I've hosted a couple of Daggerheart games. I haven't DM'd it myself, but and stuff like that, and other sort of systems and things like that that we've got. So Wilderness of Mirrors I've run, and a bunch of others. So yeah, definitely join us for free and ask around. I think we have the best community on Twitch and on YouTube increasingly. And so yeah, but definitely welcome, and you're at the beginning of what is going to be a really pleasant journey. D&D is not hyperbole. D&D was like extremely important to me. I started playing it when I was like probably 13 or so, 12 or 13, and I was badly bullied as a kid, and having D&D available as an outlet was extraordinarily important to me. And it gave me all kinds of things. Confidence, helped sort of fire my creative imagination, all kinds of things. So yeah, just definitely, I look forward to seeing your journey, because it's going to be great. You're running a game for your sister and 4 other potheads. Oh, I saw the 420. I wondered. Doing on the Sword Coast of Faerun because I know all the lore and mythology already. Nice. Very, very nice. All the lore and mythology already is good stuff. Yeah, Forgotten Realms, good stuff. Yeah, I mean, the big thing is making sure that everyone's having fun and everyone's chill. And as long as everyone's doing that, then, you'll make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But as long as the players know going in that, you mean the best and that's what you want, then you're going to do fine. So, alrighty, where are we? Yes. So, return to Area 10, right? Okay. So, we're all clear about this, right? So, there is we have to enter the temple. So we know what we have to do, right? There's a fountain to the north located near the spring that feeds the stream. We have to sacrifice what is most dear to us to the fountain, then drink from the water and we'll be safe from the evil. We have to do that first, it says. Then we can enter the temple and open the gate. And to enter the temple and open the gate, we need to get an emerald, a piece of jade, and a green opal. And I don't think we have any of those things yet, but let's take a look at our guide here, or our character sheet rather. Let's see. We have a green plate, but we don't have any jade. Okay, so we don't have any of it. So we need to get all of those things which we can supposedly find in the city. So it sounds like what we want to do is head north, sacrifice something to the fountain and drink from the water so we're safe from the evil, and then basically track down an emerald, a piece of jade, and a green opal so we can go into the temple and activate the ghost. The gate, not the ghost. Don't activate the ghost. That'll be bad. Activate the gate. Running a game, started reading the Drizzt books in the 90s. Very nice. Bob Salvatore, of course, with the Drizzt books. Good stuff, good stuff. The 10 Towns, Icewind Dale, all good stuff. It's always dear. Nobody wants a moose. Okay. All right, so we are back at Area 10. So now, chat, we can see where we stand, which is we are standing right here, Area 10. From Area 10, we have several options. We find ourselves at an intersection. The faint smell of smoke drifts from the west. So we could go north, which would be up here. We haven't explored that yet because we went here directly. We have explored this, so we know all the deal about this. And we want to go and find the temple, which is to the north, according to what the guy told us. So with that in mind, do we want to go north? That's here. East would bring us to the building, so we're coming from the building, so we don't want to do that. So we basically want to go... Why can I not go west from here? I guess because that's where the intersection is there. So we want to go north. All right, so it's just giving us two options. So either north or south. South would bring us back here. We were told, though, that we want to go to the north. So just letting you know that that's what they told us. So with all that said, vote open. $ vote space 1 is north. $ vote space 2 is south. Amazu, I'm going to assume then that you're voting to go north. So we're going to add 1 vote to the north side. So $vote space 1 is north, $vote space 2 is south. That's in Twitch chat. And so, yes. Whoa. Did I eat a raisin and lived? The rumors, my friend, of my passing away from eating a raisin have been greatly exaggerated. Thank you, Rob. Thank you so much, Rob. I appreciate it. I did indeed survive. Rob with the 71 months. Rob is only 1 month shy of 6 years of support. Good to see you, man. Everyone should be following Rob if they are not already. Yeah, I know, but apparently we're not given that option, Imaginary. I don't know why. I'm old. Wait, is it your birthday today? Or, oh, you're just talking about support. Okay, right. Your support. You're almost 6 years old. Thank you, Rob, so much. You folks should be following Rob already. Yeah, that was in April. I think I knew about that. I remember wishing you happy birthday at the time. So everyone should be following Rob. Rob, good friend, awesome streamer on Twitch, does all kinds of good stuff. He's got a new YouTube video out with some game previews that you're definitely going to want to check out. But yeah, you should definitely check that out. Dark Side. You should definitely check that out. So go follow Rob. Rob is good people. And welcome, Rob. Rob, you just missed us take out a giant constrictor snake. For reference, oh, we already removed it. I already took out the picture. It was a big constrictor snake. I've gained the streamer perk, arthritis. Exactly. Exactly. So we have 4 votes for going north right now. We are positioned right here. Here, we've just talked to a goblin who is the former king of the goblins, who is in exile. He has told us that to get out of this city where we were sent to find an emerald of great value, we must, first of all, remove the taint of evil upon us. And to do that, we have to go find a fountain, which is to the north, sacrifice something of great value to us to the fountain, drink the water, we will be then cured of evil. Then what we need to do is enter the temple, which is apparently also to the north, which will allow us to open a gate, which is opening up to the north wall. And the thing that we need to remember here is that to get into the gate, we are going to need an emerald, a piece of jade, and an opal. And all 3 of those gems can be found in the city. So what chat decided to do was they decided to go north to the fountain first, try to find the fountain, get rid of the taint of evil, then try to find those gems, and then go into the temple. That is the plan. So having said all of that, I'm going to look here at our thing. We're going to last call this. We have 4 votes right now, counting Omizu in YouTube chat. We have 4 votes right now. Going once. Going twice. And sold to the people going north. All right. Here we go. We are going to go north. Oh, that's why you can't go north, because there's no spot to the north. I see, I see. Not very clear originally from the map, but I guess that makes sense. Okay, so that's why we didn't have to worry about it, because there was nothing to the north. Okay, so we've now been to this area. So we've already been here, and we killed the snake. So I'm just going to have us keep going north from here, because presumably we want to do that. Again, this is a little confusing. The map QA needs some work. Yeah. That was confusing. Whoops. There we go. All right. Let's do... Oh, wait. Let's do that. Awesome. Okay. All right. We have now come to... This is the moment where we have come to Area 13. All right. 13. As you move down the path, the sudden sound of rushing wind breaks through the undergrowth. So just to be clear, chat, the undergrowth is broken wind. Okay? Just want to be clear that the undergrowth is breaking wind. I would assume it smells like broccoli, yes. That's a reasonable assumption. Very gaseous area. Yes, exactly. There was green mist here before, so. Okay. The sudden sound of rushing wind breaks through the undergrowth. The path takes a wide arc and soon stops at a wide chasm. Warm air rushes out of the chasm and forms a soft wall of air. Air and air. The 8-foot wide chasm surrounds a pinnacle of stone that forms a 20-foot wide island. The area is flat and bare, with the exception of a stone tablet at its center. Suspended within a glass box on the tablet is the body of a man. From this distance, you cannot make out any details. Okay, now this is interesting because it's going to give us an option here to cross over, and I want to point out that we actually could do that because of a certain spell that we have. So let me clear this. So the question is, what should we do? Do we return to the south, which is where we came from? Do we leap across the chasm, which is 8 feet wide? Do we use magic to cross the chasm? And specifically, we're talking about Misty Step because we got all of our spell slots back, so we could do that. We could cross with Misty Step. Throw an object across the chasm, or follow the path to the north. So eventually we want to head north, but we don't have to do it immediately. So the question is, do we return to the south? That's $vote space 1. Do we leap across the chasm? That's $vote space 2. Do we use magic, Misty Step, to cross the chasm safely? That's $vote space 3. Do we throw an object across the chasm? That's $vote space 4. Or do we follow the path to the north? That is $vote space 5. So if you're in Twitch chat, please get those votes in. $vote space 1 for south, 2 for leap across the chasm, 3 for magic crossing the chasm, 4 for throwing an object across the chasm, 5 for following the path to the north. And if you are in YouTube chat, please just let me know in YouTube chat, do you want to go south, where we came from, leap across the chasm, use Misty Step to get across the chasm, throw an object across the chasm, or follow the path to the north? And we have 1 vote from Omazu in YouTube chat saying follow the path to the north. Interesting. You cannot not interact with it, says Major. Yeah, I mean, you would think so. Yeah, follow path to the north. Yeah. All right, we have 2 votes for chasm crossing with Misty Step, 2 votes with throwing an object across the chasm, and 1 vote for following the path to the north. That's where we currently are. Also, welcome everybody, not just to Twitch, but we've got a few people watching us in YouTube chat. Welcome. My name is Arvin Eleron. I am an author and college professor and a longtime game master and dungeon master, and we are playing D&D with viewers today, a game by Pacesetter Games called Legacy of the Green Flame, which looks just like that. We are currently trying to get to a temple so we can drink from the fountain in front of it and be cured of the evil that has tainted us since entering this cursed city. Then we need to go find 3 gems so we can get into that temple and open the north gate so we can keep looking for a big emerald, which we were sent to by the ghost of a green dragon. I hope all that is clear. We do a lot of role-playing on this channel, both tabletop and computer role-playing variety. We also do some adventure games. Just about to finish up the game Blueprints on the video level. The last stream of that will be coming this Thursday. So if any or all of that sounds good to you, please head over to my Twitch chat. Please subscribe if you're on YouTube. Please sub to me over there because we're at a new record level of subscribers at YouTube. It's free for you to do that, but it really helps us out. And or come to our Twitch channel and follow us there too, and subscribe to us if you're so inclined. You can get cool stuff, best emotes on Twitch, be part of the best community on Twitch, and yeah, welcome everybody. Shoot a fireball down it and see how deep it is. Yeah, I don't think it gives us, one of the negatives about these things is that it doesn't give us an option. Otherwise, I would do that. I would be happy to do that if we were playing straight D&D, but unfortunately, there are slight limitations, Noodlebird, I'm afraid. So, I'm going to last call this, but we do need another vote. So if you were in YouTube chat, please let me know. I've already heard from Omazu. Please let me know if you're in YouTube chat just by saying if you want to use magic to cross the chasm, Misty Step, throw an object across the chasm, or actually return to the south, leap across the chasm, use magic to cross the chasm, we have Misty Step, throw an object across the chasm, or follow the path to the north. And Twitch, don't forget that you in Twitch chat can also change your vote if you wish. $ change vote, all one word, space, and then what you want to change your vote to if you would like to change your vote. So please let me know in YouTube chat. Again, I've got Omazu's vote, but anybody else who wants to. And if you are in Twitch chat, please do it the way that I just mentioned so we can break this tie. All right, we are changing our vote, taking the bullet again. Oh, Prince Justin. We might have gotten someone who would have. So Noodlebird was like emphasizing we're throwing an object across the chasm. Okay, we are going to close that down, and we're going to throw an object across the chasm. All right. You quickly secure a fist-sized stone and hurl it across the chasm. The path of the stone is savagely altered as it strikes the wall of air. The stone continues its flight across the chasm, but it exits the wall of air almost 20 feet higher than the point that it entered. So like you throw it across and the stone hits it and then goes up onto the other side. So now that you know that, are you going to, now that you know that information, are you going to return to the south, which is where we came from? Are you going to leap across the chasm but aim low so that you aim at the right, you end up in the right spot on the island? Leap across the chasm to do that. Use magic to cross the chasm. Or follow the path to the north. And let me get this vote here. There we go. So, $ vote space 1. Can you test where the field starts? Yeah, you can. That's why leaping across the chasm but aim low means that if you figured it out properly, you should end up like level when you get to the other side of the chasm, if you follow what I mean, Noodlebird. So $ vote space 1 means you return to the south. $ vote space 2 means you're basically jumping down, and the wind lifting you means that you'll end up on the island if all goes well. That's $ vote space 2. $ vote space 3 is using Misty Step to cross the chasm, and $ vote space 4 means you follow the path to the north. And you can also, in YouTube chat again, tell me what you want to do. Would you like to return to the south? That's where we came from. Again, we're overall trying to go north. Leap across the chasm but aim low. Use magic to cross the chasm or follow the path to the north. Okay. Omazu in YouTube chat gives us a follow the path to the north vote. I love it. Prince Justin has voted to leap across the chasm but aim low. Can you imagine, like, I think you're all right, and that probably makes sense if you're going to jump the chasm to do the low thing. Jumping is optional. I say we jump, yeah. But can you imagine in real life being like, all right, it's like only the penitent man shall pass type of thing, right? Like, like Indy taking that first step onto nothingness. Like, I cannot, I just like thinking about it. I'm just like, oh, you know, yeah, no, I hear you, Omazu. It's like, it's one of those things. It's like, of course, that's the right thing to do. But again, IRL, I can't imagine ever doing that. I'd just be like, no, I'm terrified. No, I can't. Man, it'd be so hard to do that. It's the worst that can happen. Plummet to our death. All right, we're going to last call this because we have 3 votes for leaping across the chasm but aiming low. Sweet Chariot. We probably weigh more than a rock, so we don't even need to aim low. Yeah, but if we just step on normally, remember, it went like basically, what did I say? Like, it went 20 feet. Yeah, 20 feet higher. So if you figure that it brings us, we're heavier than a rock, obviously, but assume then that it only brings us up like 12 or 13 feet. You still don't want to be falling from a 13 feet drop, right? Like, that won't kill you, but it's going to hurt. So throw a boulder. Sadly, we do not have that as an option, I'm afraid. The game doesn't account for real physics. Well, we will find out. We will find out. It does say in here, as I'm going to close this now, we're going to leap across the chasm but aim low, that when you leap across and attempt more of a dive, let's see. Okay, that's mistaken, but anyway. Right, you safely reach the island. The letter was unclear, but now I see it. So you safely reached the island. And what it says is if you tried to leap without doing the lift, oh, there it is. I was on the wrong spot. Never mind, I take that back. So it says if you leap across the chasm but attempt more of a dive, go to the area where it says you safely reached the island. If we hadn't done that, it says that we would be lifted much higher than the surface of the island, and you come crashing down, so we would have taken bludgeoning damage. So it kind of took it into account-ish. But, yeah, maybe because we're much heavier than a rock, it wouldn't even be that way. But either way, we made it across. Okay, we have safely reached the island. So, do we investigate the glass box, that's $ vote space 1, or do we leap back across the chasm? Do we investigate the glass box, $ vote space 1, or do we leap across the chasm as $ vote space 2? So Twitch, you already know what to do. In YouTube chat, please just tell me in YouTube chat if you want to leap across, if you want to investigate the glass box, or if you want to leap back across the chasm. This is object of interest. We must investigate. All right, we have 3 votes for that. YouTube chat, tell me if you want to investigate this glass box or not. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Investigate. Okay. Omazu has also wanted to investigate. I'm going to last call this. Going once. Going twice. Alrighty. Okay, we are going to investigate. So, the stone tablet is bare of markings, and it is flat and smooth. The glass box is very square and clear. Floating inside the box is a young, smooth-faced man dressed in black leather armor and boots. A white staff rests on his body beneath folded arms. There are runes on the staff, but some are clearly covered by the man's arms. The runes that you can discern read as something bringer. So like covered over, you can't see it, and then bringer. So the question is, chat, should we leap safely across the chasm now that we know the trick? So leap back across the chasm. Use magic to cross the chasm. Remove the glass box, or smash the glass box. What's it going to be? $ vote space 1 to leap safely across the chasm, 2 to use magic to cross the chasm, 3 to remove the glass box, 4 to smash the glass box. Also, I realized I need to fix something, which is I need to... Whoops. There we go. All right. It doesn't give us the option to detect traps. we could try to maybe do an investigation check. I'll ask that if we decide to remove the glass box, I'll decide if we want to try and invest. In fact, I'll just have us do one, do an investigation check, Omizu. So if we choose to do the glass box, we'll try to investigate. No guarantee the investigation will work, by the way, but we can try to do that once we decide that we're going to try to pick off the box. You don't need to activate it. So we've got 1 vote for leaping safely across the chasm, 1 vote for removing the glass box. $ vote space 1 is leap safely across. $ vote space 2 is use magic to cross. $ vote space 3 is remove the glass box. $ vote space 4 is smash the glass box. So go ahead and vote. Also tell me, we have 2 votes now for remove the glass box. Tell me in YouTube, go get that protection. So you want to leap safely? You want to go back, basically, Omizu? Is that what I'm hearing? Am I hearing you want to go back? Just double checking. I think that's what I hear you saying. I think I'm picking. Okay. All right. So we have 2 votes for leaping safely across and 2 votes for removing the glass box. All right, chat. We're going to need someone to either get their vote. Don't change your vote immediately, Prince Justin. We'll see. First, we'll see if anyone else wants to either in YouTube chat tell me this or in Twitch chat. $ vote space 1 to leap safely, 2 to use magic, 3 to remove the glass box, 4 to smash the glass box. We have 2 votes for leap safely and 2 votes for remove the glass box. So we are currently tied. Chad is not sure here yet. Not yet. But soon, TM. What'd you like to do, chat? So again, $ vote space 1 to leap safely, $ vote space 2 to use magic, $ vote space 3 to remove the glass box, $ vote space 4 to smash the glass box. If we remove the glass box, we'll try for traps first. We'll see. Yeah, unfortunately, you already got that vote in, Noodle. So once you voted once, you're already registered. Yeah, don't change it yet, Prince Justin. Let's see if anybody else is going to jump in. They put this in our path to tempt us, says Omizu. Emphasis. Like, I see. You really want to confirm it. So I got Omizu's vote, but if anyone else in YouTube wants to tell me, in YouTube chat wants to tell me, they can. And Twitch chat, you can also get your votes in if you wish. Leap safely is 1, magic is 2, remove glass box is 3, smash the glass box is 4. We're tied for leap safely and remove the glass box right now. So get your votes in now, chat. As you see this guy... What would happen if I, instead of doing that, if he was like this? Or if he was like... Or if he was like... That would change everything, right? Then you'd be like, oh, all right, that's fine. What if it says that we only see the second part of his name as Bringer? What if the first part of his name is like Cinnamon Roll Bringer? You would distrust that even harder. What if it was Cinnamon Roll Bringer? What if it was Sunday Bringer? Delicious Salad Bringer. His eyes do not flick open. Not yet. Right, if he's like... Yeah, no, his eyes don't... No. Maybe it says Cool Guy Bringer. Maybe it's Stormbringer, in which case we got other problems. But we don't know what kind of bringer. What kind of a bringer could it be? It could be any kind of bringer. All right, last call, last call. How often do you encounter... All right, okay, Prince Justin. I appreciate the willingness for flexibility. How often do you encounter people in the glass boxes named Bringer that don't mean you any harm? At best, they serve you questionable coffee. You leap back across the chasm, and he's like, wait, my name is Gandalf. I'm just kidding. Okay, so we're going to leap back across the chasm. We'll never know what this guy was. We'll never see it. Okay, so... All right. So it's yeah, but I mean, what if it's good guy bringer? You know, we don't know. We could always come back. That's true. Could always come back. It's a good point. All right. So you make it back over to the path, which means now you only really have two choices. Whoops, I never closed this. You only have two choices, which is you can either go north, like follow the path to the north, or go back to the south. Remember, the temple is supposedly the north, and the fountain in front of it. So $ vote space 1 means we're going to the north. $ vote space 2 means we're going to the south. Okay, we have another vote for north, so we're up to 3. 3 votes for north. 4 votes for north. Everyone wants to go north. Okay, so right. Cursed in this accursed city. The only way out is through. Kicking myself for being too cautious. Well, you know. All right, so we're gonna go north. You had voted to go home. They can't right now. Exactly what Prince Justin said. You're on the path. Okay, so people are going to go north, and just want to double check here. Okay, making sure that I'm right. Okay, so let me just check one thing too about what he told us about located near the spring that feeds the stream. Oh, okay. Just making sure I don't miss the fountain because again, QA in this is not great, as I keep saying. So I need to find because the map is confusing me. So just give me 1 second. Just want to make sure that I am not missing anything. Okay. Believe it or not, I okay. All right. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm missing something, that I'm pretty sure they forgot to put. I think they forgot to put the fountain in here. Yeah, I think they forgot to put the fountain in here. Because it's not... Okay. I mean, we need to go north anyway, so it's fine. But, like, I literally was like, where is the fountain? And it's not here. I'm pretty sure they forgot about that whole thing. They were like, oh, yeah, fountain. Because, as you'll see, when you go north, when you follow the path to the north, this is where you end up. And you will notice there is a distinct lack of the spring that feeds the stream. This sure looks like the spring that feeds the stream. So I'm pretty sure... So we're just going to say that we drink from the fountain since it's not listed here. I sigh. If I find it later on, I will note it, but like it's a little silly. Because it doesn't give an option. Yeah, really odd. Anyway, okay, so I guess we're safe, but we still do have to find gems to get into, to get all the way into the temple. So there is that. Okay. So now, we go north. So the path moves east. I thought it was north, but anyway. North and east, occasionally diverting around large piles of debris. You notice the trees in this area are large and strong. Unlike the other areas of the city, there is less scrub growth. The trees become thicker and form a wall to each side of the path. Soon, the path comes to an end in the large glade. You see a stream on the far side of the clearing. Next to the stream, a massive oak tree dominates the landscape. Oh, okay, maybe the stream is further along. I don't know totally, but anyway. The tree must be 200 feet tall, and its base is as thick as a small house. Okay, maybe the fountain is still here, but it's just not clearly labeled. I don't know. Emerging as if from some invisible door, a slender woman of uncanny beauty steps forward. She beckons you forward with a smile. All right, chat. Do we approach the woman, or do we flee? $ vote space 1 means we approach the woman. $ vote space 2 means we flee. Okay. Okay. Can we cast Firebolt before approaching? I mean, she's not sketchy. Yeah, I know, right? So do we approach or not approach? She's beckoning you forward with a smile. She's not like, you will pay the ultimate price. Come closer. She's not saying that, you know. Burn the witch. Look at the suspicions. The suspicions. Okay, going once. Go introduce ourselves. Okay, so we have another vote for going forward. Last call, going once. Going twice. It's a ghost, a dryad, or mermaid. It's the deadly triad. It's actually a ghostad maid. A ghostamaid. It's a murdry ghost. Siren. It's a murdry ghost siren. Okay. It's just absolute, you know, just It's just evil all the way down. Okay. It is no secret the woman approaching you is a dryad. Imaginary was right. You are destroyed. No, I'm just kidding. Regardless of the danger, you confidently step forward. Then you take some solace in the expression of the beautiful creature. Somehow you know that she intends no harm. A dryad that dude in the glass case is her lover? Could be. Welcome, stranger. I have watched you move through the city, and your bravery and heroism is clear. I have waited for someone like you for many years, she says as a smile crosses her face, and suddenly you feel an ebb of panic. No, you don't feel an ebb of panic. If you're panicked ebbed, it would be better, but you don't feel an ebb of it. Anyway, you feel a wave of panic, maybe? Yeah, exactly. Don't get trapped. Have no fear, adventurer. While a consort would be most useful, I have other desires. I came to this city many years ago to bring the forest back and reclaim this place to nature. Yet all my efforts have resulted in only partial victory. There is evil in this city, an evil that spreads from the temple that lies to the north. Fortunately for you, the temple is also a means of escape for you. I see you are weary from the ordeal of crossing the city. Kind of. So you may rest here. Stay here for the night and then follow the path north to the temple. She finishes, she waves. I think what that's supposed to say is she finishes and waves her hand, and a thicket of small trees parts, revealing a path leading north. Well, we don't need to rest because we haven't used any spell slots or anything, and we haven't gotten to that. So we can basically head north or return to the south. So simple question, chat. Do we take the path north to the temple or do we return to the south? Yeah, sorry, we already rested. Your bad. So $ vote space. Let's open this. $ vote space 1 means we go north. $ into the temple or towards the temple. $ vote space 2 means we go south. Okay, so to the temples. We have another vote for temple, okay? All right, going once. Going twice. Should have last called that, sorry. Okay. All right, we're going north to the temple. To the temple it is. The massive walls of the temple, and actually let me just reveal this here. This will probably be the last thing that we'll do today. We have made some good progress, actually. All right, well, you know what? We might as well just open that up because that's just not a numbered area. So the hope is that this... Yes, there we go. There we go. All right. So, the massive walls of the mountains tighten and close about the massive temple you stand before. The walls are black and streaked with green. Somehow, the walls of the temple remind you of the black wall you crossed at the start of this adventure. You're tempted to touch the glossy surface, but something warns you that it would be a perilous venture. The floor of the temple is bright green. There are no doors, but a 20-foot-high arched portal provides access to the mammoth building. All right, so pretty easy, this one. It's asking, and presumably if we don't do this, then we go to explore other parts of the city, is what I would guess. And we may have the chance to do that anyway, but the question is, do we go north to the temple? Or sorry, we already are at the temple, I beg your pardon. Do we enter the temple? That's what I meant to say. Or do we leave and go back into the city? So, towards the path towards the Dryad. So, do we go into the temple? $ vote space 1. Or do we go back towards the city, $ vote space 2. I still don't know that we found this fountain, no, Omizu. At this point, I'm going to ignore the fountain unless otherwise told, because, again, it's not listed here. I mean, technically what the map looks like is that in the section where we are is where the spring should be. Like, it should be somewhere here. But it's like they forgot that there's a fountain there. And, like, you kind of can't forget that because it's kind of important, you know? So, anyway. Okay. So $ vote space 1 means we enter the temple. $ vote space 2 means we leave and go back into the city. So get your votes in now, please, chat. And in YouTube chat, just tell me in chat if you want to go north into the temple, enter the temple basically, or if you want to go back south. Unclear, Noodle. You don't really know yet. I mean, they said that the way to enter the temple was to drink from the fountain. It's not giving you that option, so I think we've already can assume that we've entered the fountain. I drank from the fountain, I guess. So it's unclear whether once we're in the temple if we'll need anything, but presumably we could then go back out and try to find whatever it is that we need. So I would say we don't know if we have everything we need, but if so, we can Metroidvania style go back out and test it out. All right, I got 3 votes for going into the temple. 3 votes for going into the temple. And I currently have no votes in YouTube chat, so tell me, YouTube, if what you want to do. Ooh, is there another map? There might be another map. Interesting. Is there another map? Search around some more before we enter. Okay, so you're saying go back. I assume that means you're putting a vote in to go back. Whoops, that wasn't what I meant to do. You're putting in a vote to go back, it sounds like, Omizu. Is that what I'm understanding? Also, I'm looking to make sure if I see where this other map is, chat. Well, I'll tell you what. I just think it's confusingly worded. Like it acts as if there's another map somewhere. But I think that's just confusingly worded. Man. Okay. All right. So we are going to close that down. We can't enter unless we drunk from the fountain. The thing is, it doesn't say anything about that, so I'm going to assume that we have drunk from it, Omizu. Again, I know that's not optimal, but it doesn't look to me like there is an obvious fountain around here, at least based on what I'm reading, so I don't know. So it's a little weird. So I'm assuming at this point we are, but it looks like Chad has voted to enter, which I guess apparently we can do. Careful to avoid touching the walls of the temple. You cross into a massive chamber. And then it says use map 16, section 16B. I don't... Okay. There is no separate map, but anyway, I get the point. The floor of the temple is combined. I know, save before entry. Yeah, push on through. That's what I thought, Amazu. Yeah. The floor of the temple is composed of a bright green granite. Looking at the floor, you're amazed to see that it seems as if it is moving like the wisps of fog. The movement clearly shifts to the south. Huddled around a campfire in the center of the room are 3 men. Each looks haggard and worn, but also fierce. Their eyes contain a smoldering malevolence. The men rise and draw their weapons. All right, chat. Are we going to flee the temple? $vote space 1. Or are we going to attack the men? $vote space 2. Flee the temple, $vote space 1. Attack the men, $vote space 2. And I'm noting to myself that this is 16B. Get out! Get out of there! All right, Amazu is voting to flee. What are the rest of you doing? $vote space 1 to flee, $vote space 2 to attack. We have 3 votes for fleeing so far. 2 votes in Twitch, 1 vote in YouTube. And Prince Justin as well. Get out of there. Well, okay, what's that from, chat? Get out! Get out of there! Get out! Get out of there! It's not that deep a cut. Well, it's a little bit of a deep cut, I guess. Get out of there! Discretion's a better part of valor. Does anyone know what it's from? Get out! Get out of there! Get out! A couple of movies. Yeah. All right. I'll give one clue. The first thing you hear before that is 5, 4, 3. And then the line is, get out! Get out of there! Get out! What if I gave that little clue? 5, 4, 3. Get out! Get out of there! No idea? Does anyone know? It's a bit of a deep cut. Can we Wilhelm scream while we run? Yeah, I think we can do that for free. We can Wilhelm scream as a bonus action. All right, last call, chat. No one knows? It is from Star Trek. The reference is Star Trek 3. When Kirk and Spock and everybody, they beam down to the planet Genesis. I think it's Star Trek 3. Yeah, it is. Star Trek 3, Search for Spock. They beam down to the planet Genesis, and the Klingons are on the ship. Yep. And they're like, yes, sir. But it seems to be and they're speaking in Klingonese, obviously. And it's like 5, 4, 3. And Christopher Lloyd playing the Klingon commander is like, get out of there, because Kirk blows up, self-destructs the ship. It's a great moment, actually. All right. So we are going to leave, run away, and this is going to be our last entry for the day. So we flee the temple. Turning from the temple, you retreat down the thin path toward the Dryad's Grove. Suddenly, the woman steps from the trees next to the path as if she stepped through a door. Her eyes glow with a golden light, and suddenly your thoughts are no longer your own. Go back, she says in a soft yet powerful voice. Will we want to resist her? Try to resist her? Realize we're screwed? We don't know, but we'll figure it out next time on Legacy of the Green Flame. All right, but we made great progress today, chat. We really did. We started all the way down here. We came up here. We killed the constrictor snake with a couple of epic good decisions. Came back with Nibrig. We met the Goblin King, former king. Came up here, killed the snake, gave him the head. He's like, all right, go up, find this mysterious fountain that apparently doesn't exist. Went up here, but he also told us about getting through the temple. Went up here, went up and crossed the chasm, found a glass box, said nope to that, noped out of that place. Went up here, met a dryad, went up to the temple, and then turned around. I see Noodlebird. Yeah, I can see that too. And then turned back around, and now we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, or in this case, we're stuck between a temple of evil guys and a dryad. So we'll have to decide what we want to do with that when we play this. We are going to be doing this again in the month after next, so we'll be doing this in September. And then we will see how things go with that. It should be a fun time. I am looking forward to seeing what we do. Presumably, we may have to go back and deal with those guys, but, we'll see what happens. But yes. Now, nobody leave yet, though, because we do have one more vote that we have to do. Let me head back over here. We do have one more vote that we have to do. And that vote is... Oh, cool. That vote is we need to vote for the Patreon-fueled Chat Chosen Game of the Month. We are going to take nominations. Now, for those of you who don't know how this works, the way it works is we are going to vote on what game I'm going to play 2 weeks from now. The nominations will be today. Final vote will be next week, by next week. You only can vote one time, obviously. Now, a couple of notes. First of all, I reserve the right to veto any game which I'm either going to be playing on my own, like I was going to play it regardless, or which I've already streamed or really don't want to play. I do not like horror games, so it's nothing against them. I just don't like them. So please, no horror games. But otherwise, I can play pretty much anything on PC, Steam, or GOG. I can play on my Retron Super Nintendo games, Sega Genesis games, Sega Master System games, Game Boy Color games. But I need to know in advance as fast as possible if I have one of those so I can order it. I have an Intellivision 2 that I can technically set up and play a game with that also. I also have a PlayStation 5, so I can play games on there. I have a Wii U, although I'd really rather not set that up, but I could theoretically. I also have a Nintendo Switch that I could play. So any of those are options that are available. So with that said, what game should I play this month? So one nomination per person. I will answer that question in just a moment, Noodle. What about hoarding games? I don't know about that. No, I don't even know what Dorfromantik is, actually, Prince Justin. And my pleasure, Omazu. Thank you for being on YouTube here. So just as a quick note, the last game that we had that was the game of the month was Blue Prince, and I ended up not only playing it, but then playing it basically not to its conclusion, but essentially close to that. I'm going to be playing the last stream of Blue Prince on Thursday night before going back to Oblivion Remastered. So, and Prince Justin also recommended Expeditions Rome, which I not only played, but I'm now playing that over on GOG Comms channel, so I like that a lot. Oh, I see. I could play modded Skyrim, although I've done a lot of that in the past, so I've kind of streamed Skyrim, Noodle, so I probably don't want to do any Skyrim right now, especially because of Oblivion Remastered, which I'm playing. So probably no Skyrim. But otherwise, please get your votes in. I don't even know what Dorfromantik is, but I'm happy to hear about it. Noodle, I am a professor of English. I teach creative writing and literature, specifically a lot of speculative fiction, so fantasy and science fiction, which is also what I write. And I also teach Shakespeare and revenge tragedy. But I am an author of fantasy and science fiction. I have 6 books in... Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 books in print. One book is out of print. That was my first ever novel. I have the Grey Assassin trilogy, award-winning trilogy. That came out, the last book of that came out last year. It's a dark fantasy. I also have a graphic novel still in print. All of those books are from Athos Arts. I also have an academic book, which is not fantasy science fiction. It's about the court masque and theater, Renaissance theater, and that is out from Clemson University Press. And I have manuscripts out to various places. I also have a 5th edition adventure called Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. That's from Alligator Alley Entertainment. That's also almost sold out. And I have a new Grey Shade TTRPG based on that Grey Assassin trilogy I mentioned, which is coming out at Gen Con. Yes, if you type in !Grayshade, you'll be able to see that. And also, what Triffid said is 100% right. I loved Dredge. I like spooky, but I do not like jump scares of any kind at all. So if you're like, oh, but it's just a little jump scare, I hate it. It's bad for my heart. I don't want to do it. So please no. But if it's like spooky, that's fine. Okay, so let's see. Dorfromantik, the relaxing. Gosh, that sounds familiar. No, I have not played it. I have heard of this now. Yes, I've heard of it. I have not played it, but I've heard of it, Prince Justin. My Pool playthrough. Oh, you talk about Pool of Radiance? Well, I did play a lot of the Forgotten Realms ones though. I did a lot of that. Unlimited Adventures. I did a lot of those, and I like those a lot, Omizu. I'm going to be playing the Dragonlance Silver Box Adventures after I finish Oblivion Remastered. Depending on when it comes out, it's a timing thing. If I finish Remastered in time, I'm going to do Dragonlance. If not, I may have to do Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered, because that Final Fantasy Tactics is maybe my favorite game of all time. I have to do the Remastered when it comes out in late September. And then right after that, when that's finished, I would then do Dragonlance. So it's coming. There it is. That was weird. Stardew Valley with the no end of day mod. All right, so what do we have? So we have a lot of historical fiction. Nice. Good stuff. Okay, so games Arv should play. Feel free to nominate one if you want, Omizu. I'm going to, assuming you're nominating that, Prince Justin, I will definitely put that in. So we have Dorfromantik. I have played Stardew Valley, but the no end of day mod is interesting. I'll put that in, Dragon. That's interesting. Okay, cool. All right. Other nominations. Does anyone have any other nominations? Very cool, Prince Justin. I'll give that a shot. I mean, I will put it on the list. Any other games? We have two choices right now, Dorfromantik or Stardew Valley No End of Day mod. I could go with two. I like to have at least three. So if we have one more game that anyone wants to nominate for me to try, and again, this vote is going to be open until next week, and then after that, I will play it the week following. So 2 Tuesdays from now is when I'm going to be playing this. And it'll actually be my last stream for, at least my last scheduled stream for about a week. I'm going to be streaming, hopefully, Grayshade at Gen Con Writer Symposium, which is going to be Friday, August 1st. But other than that, no real streams because I'm going to be at Gen Con. So this will be the last time, that Tuesday will be the last stream that I have before heading to Gen Con. Then I get back, I'll have a couple of streams, and then I'm going to be heading off to Seattle for Worldcon for a couple of weeks. So it's going to be a busy... We're coming up to some busy scheduling. This weekend, I'm going to be at ReaderCon in Boston, so which I'm looking forward to. All right, anyone else? Anyone else? I'm going to last call this, sort of unofficially last call it. Anyone else want any other nominations for me to play? I have Dorfromantik. I have Stardew Valley. I, again, can play. I like point-and-click adventures are very hit and miss for me. I love exploration-style games. Big fan of Metroid Prime, Axiom Verge, all that kind of stuff. I love those games. I love the Gran Turismo games. So that's basically RPG, driving the RPG. So I love that. I do like strategy games, especially turn-based strategy games. Not a big 4X fan, though. But like Heroes of Might and Magic, stuff like that. I have done Planescape Torment. Yes, Omizu. I've actually played it with the Arvocalus, my voice team, before. I like Planescape, but probably since I played that within the last couple of years, I wouldn't do that for this. What if you point and it clicks for you? Oh, yes, Gorogoa. Yes, that's right. Didn't Imaginary Exponent nominate that? That's right. That's a good call. I'll put that in as a third option. I don't remember that exactly what the game was, but I do remember it was on the list. Thank you, Triffid, for the reminder. Dorfromantik, Stardew Valley, or Gorogoa? Two very chill ones, and then Gorogoa is... It's Gora going on. Yeah, puzzle video game. Yes. Very cool. 3 very like chill puzzle-based games this time. Must be the Blue Prince thing. All right, going once. going twice. Okay. So there it is. So if someone would be so kind, one of my mods, perhaps if you'd be so kind, as to put together the straw poll and then link it to next game for these 3 games, Dwarf Romantic, Stardew Valley with the no end of day mod. And it's important to put that in because that way people know it's not just Stardew Valley. Because Stardew Valley is a game that frustrates me because of the end of day mod. I actually find Stardew Valley very stressful for that reason because I'm always like, I have to go do this or I'm going to miss out on stuff. There's a big FOMO thing with Stardew Valley. Or Gorogoa. So those 3 games would be great if we could put that in a straw poll and then could link it to a next game. And otherwise, I want to thank everyone because this actually came out very well. We ended up having a very good D&D with viewers session. So I am grateful to all of you for having made that happen. So for those of you who did not see this, and I better save this, by the way. For those of you who did not see this before, let's see, save. I'm going to save that there. Okay. For those of you who did not, you can do a modded Stardew run. I've got the mods to chill you out. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Triffid, as always. Thank you. Appreciate that. So for those of you who did not see this before, as I get through all of these extra windows that I'm closing now, or did not hear me talk about this before, I'm going to be over at GOG.com with Pen and Pixels today at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be playing more Expeditions Rome. Really loving that game a lot. And then I'm also going to close that, and then I'm going to close this, and I'm going to close this. Yes, I'm sure. I'm going to be doing that until about 7:15-ish or so Eastern. And then I'll be back on this channel at 9 p.m. Eastern with 3 of the R vocalists. That's going to feature Indy and KP and Zach Clay. And I will be joined by a guest star who will be announcing tonight when you actually arrive. And we will be continuing play with a game called Citizen Sleeper 2. Very excited. Yeah, very funny, Dragon. Get your vote in there, though, actually, chat, on YouTube if you haven't already. Check out the straw poll. You can stop by the Twitch chat at some point if you get a chance. So I'm going to be back here at 9 p.m. Eastern playing some Citizen Sleeper 2. And then we'll be off tomorrow. And then Thursday night will be the final stream of Blueprints, the final stream for now. And then over the weekend, there might be a stream on Saturday from ReaderCon, but it's very up in the air. I don't know. We'll see. Otherwise, next Tuesday, I will be back with the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook Illustration stream with Atari Tunes. And then that will be at an earlier time next Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. next Tuesday, Eastern. And then I will be over at GOG.com next week at 2 o'clock playing Ghosts of Saltmarsh with By the Dice Roll. It's been a couple of months since we've been able to play, so I'm excited to get back into that, so we'll definitely do that as well. But otherwise, that is going to do it for me here. If you liked what you saw and heard, I hope you will follow the channel. Please do that, and please as well follow and subscribe to me over on YouTube. We had a good YouTube showing today, so thank you everyone on YouTube. Please subscribe to me on YouTube. It's free for you to do that, but it really helps us out. Omazu and everybody who was over at the YouTube channel, thank you so much. Everyone who was on this channel, please subscribe there. Again, free for you to do that, but really helps us out. Discord, you can hang out with the Arvanauts. Don't forget to do that. Noodlebirds, you can talk to us about some D&D questions if you have them. That's !ArvCord. Twitter is !ArvTweets. Blue Sky is really where I'm pushing people, because once I get to at least 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to see about maybe even switching at 950, because I'm just so disillusioned with Twitter. I kind of want to get away from it. So maybe 950 subscribers on Blue Sky, which I'm only about 12 away from that. So then I'll be able to get away from Twitter completely. I will lock it down, and then I'll just be on Blue Sky. !ArvSky for that. Website arvanelleron.com. And speaking of D&D, don't forget to check out Gen GMs, Gen GMs, for my DM and GM tip show, which I do with one Mr. Zach Clay. On the financial front, !ArvShop. That's my merchandise area. You can get stuff that's cool swag for you and also helps out the channel. Patreon is sitting right there, Arvtreon. That will get you some cool, unique stuff for you and also support the channel. That's really the financial backbone of the channel. So please help us out. There's some stuff you can get there that you can't get from subbing to the channel. And also, you can get stuff by subbing to the channel, including those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch that you can't get from the Patreon. The only thing you can get from both is to inspire our players in the tabletop games. So that's always a good thing. So please do sub to us and support the Patreon if you can. On the publishing front, exclamation point Icarus. That's my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Exclamation point Library. That's my Tales and Tomes. Thank you, Omizu. Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. My 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And exclamation point Greyshade. That's my Greyshade IP. Greyshade Renegade and Heretic. The Greyshade, the Grey Assassin trilogy from Athos Arts. You can also get pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade from our very own Brandon O'Brien and Alligator Alley coming out in a few weeks at Gen Con. And you can get the audiobook of Greyshade, Greyshade Renegade and Heretic from those links. You can get that. That's done by our very own Trent Sparks. Greyshade is available there. Renegade and Heretic will be coming out in audio form in the fall. So you can get all of that stuff over at that Greyshade link. And last but certainly not least, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage. And send the message we'll do so for others in that situation in the future. Thank you to my wonderful mods. Thank you to Dragonspear, Prince Justin, Triffity Mats, the best mods in the business. Thank you to Shadow Mage, who was out here earlier as well. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters and subscribers, Dragon, Prince Justin, Triffity Mats, Darkside Rob. Thank you so much as well to my viewers. Thank you to Art and Z. Thank you to Darth Sisu, to Excel, to Gaia Shield, to Imaginary Exponent, to Jagtress, Mr. Jonas, Nonstop, who's lurking in the background, and of course Sweet Bee. And thank you to Noodlebird, who did some great work with that die rolling today. That's going to do it for me here for now, but I will see you over on GOG.com's Twitch channel at 4 p.m. Eastern for Pen and Pixels. And tonight I'll be back at 9 p.m. Eastern with the Our Vocalists and my voice team doing some awesomeness that we like to call the Our Vocalists playing Citizen Sleeper 2 with a special guest star. Otherwise, I'll see you at GOG in just about a half hour. Until then, everyone, please be good to each other, and bye for now. Oh, and of course, much love. Huh?